Hello, everyone. Oh my God, everyone's so huge. Jesus Christ. When did you all get
I'm
so
huge.
big? When did you all get so big?
Delgo
We've been
did
working
this to
hard.
all of us. Yeah.
We're back and bigger than ever.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Delgo 2 Debrief. We've just needed to listen. Delgo 2 is an emotionally draining experience for me and me specifically. So we needed to really bring it back. And what are we playing? What do you mean? What are we playing? We're talking about Delgo. What are you talking about?
World.
Will you be adding the force, fit, and proximity chat to Delgo 3, please?
Yeah, let's get we're gonna get Darth Vader AI in here. Oh Jesus.
Awesome.
Yes, let's
Sick.
go. Next game. All right, I'm booting up Drop Dutchie.
Yeah, can you put on Hattress?
Can we play Fall Guys?
I can play Fall Guys.
Oh,
I can play
wait.
Fall. Listen. I just wanted to do a little bit of talking about Delgo 2. I'm sure Russ is gonna be here at some point because he always I don't know what his mentality is whenever he drops into the stream. It's always just out of nowhere, seemingly at the right time, and he has some sort of bit prepared. So I'm just gonna let
Tattoo Assassins.
I'm gonna let him do his thing. But yeah, we got a small collection of cast members. Some more might drop in later. We also have Boo Cannon here. Hello, Boo. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, long-time listener, first-time caller. Happy to be here. Can we play Tattoo Assassins? Second question.
Now I'm scrolling up in the chat and I see first time chat Boo Cannon ASL. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, I wanted to cyber with chicks that were watching stuff.
Yes, let's go.
I don't think there's a whole lot to explain here. I
Well,
was just sort of cruising.
Well, one of the core tenets of this stream is we are trolling for wifey material. So hopefully
Yeah,
you can
I
get
am
that
looking
as
for
well.
a family on here. Thank you.
Wait, I shouldn't be here for this, guys. I don't need to be here.
We have Sarah, who played the role of Kyla excellently, I should say. Sarah, how are you doing tonight?
I am so pissed after work. I'm coming into this hot, super mad Kyla energy because I'm so fucking. Can we swear on here? I'm
Yes,
so
please.
mad.
Yes.
So you guys are all gonna get all the brunt of it. No, it's good. Thanks. I'm very happy to be here. Very grateful to have played Kyla. Now I can confess this to you, Scott. I didn't read even a single word of the script before.
I don't think anyone did.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone did.
I think a lot of people woke up and saw that Scott and Russ actually wrote a script to Delgo 2 and were like, Jesus, I can't fucking do this.
I stressed about it for one Gregorian calendar month and was like, I need to read this. And then the day arrived and I was like, I'm not fucking reading it. Let's go in hot.
Literally, I didn't expect anyone to. Like the whole point of the table read was literally just like let people just like come in and improvise it, basically.
Okay.
Didn't only one person read it in full? Who didn't write it?
Who did? Who? I need to know.
I have no idea.
I forget.
I have no idea.
I feel like after stream last night, someone said it might have been. I think.
Yeah, light them up.
Was it
leak their address?
I'm trying to think. Was it Max? Maybe, I'm not sure. It also could have been joking. Whoever said
no,
it.
Max definitely did. Max read, I think, like a little bit of it. Max Newland,
He's a professional.
Max is a professional. Max. Okay, so I've been mutuals with Max for a while. And then like I didn't ask him about it at all. He actually sent in an audition, and I like immediately went to him and I'm like, I have an idea for you. Can you? I think he said. I don't remember if he said it after the stream or not. But like he posted up a video of him doing like a Walton Goggins and like Danny McBride like Righteous Gemstones like read like for a tweet, and his Walton Goggins was so spot on. I'm just like, can you just do that for the character of Darko?
I have to find a way to waste this man's talent.
I have to.
Really fucking good.
And of course, we have Kara, who played Philo.
Hi.
How do you feel after that?
It was good that I did that, and it was good that it happened to me, even if it was bad.
What was bad about it? Speak up.
I had to say a lot of things, and I feel like a big part of the script was to attack everyone through lines they had to read. But I feel like I was among the handful who were slightly more targeted. Specifically, like I feel like that was more the purpose of my role.
Yeah,
You were really good as Philo. You made me laugh a lot. It was
He's
very
very good.
funny.
I will be honest. I felt really good about my performance as Philo. I liked how many
You did
people I said
You
like.
should.
Ursula Cat in the chat said, if I wasn't hanging out in person with Gazoot, I think that's how you pronounce it, I might not have
I think
checked
it's
it
just
out,
rude.
and now it's part of my core ideology.
Oh,
Which is that's good. I mean, Delgo 2 is a work of pure ideology. It's a
Absolutely.
100% political work.
It's Settlers, and then it's Delgo 2 above it.
Yeah, no, when it comes to Philo was a character that we started, that were like, when we were writing, we were very much like, we need to drastically change this character in ways that feel natural, but also are just like way funnier. And I think like him being a weird sex addict was the natural conclusion.
Right.
How do you feel about that, Caro?
I think it was good, and again, you saying specifically we made him a sex addict, and then also you said, "I know you have to be him." Is like you came to me like I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry I haven't put in an audition yet. I know I'm gonna record a thing. I've just been busy." And you're like, "Don't worry, I've already picked out a role for you.
I already know exactly.
I know
And it's the
you
sex
have
addict.
to be Philo," and it's like, yeah, it's the sex addict who I gave all the like all of the worst lines without actually having a sex scene.
Well, he's the heart of the movie. He's the like, it's true.
He's kind of just there, and he yells at Delgo a few times. It's kind of like that's he's kind of just there, and like he has a few scenes that focus on him, and then he's just kind of annoying to Delgo, and also being like, "You gotta be better, man," and then Delgo doesn't.
It's right. Delgo never improves throughout the course of the movie. That was a very important part of it. He is a crucial part of Act 3. That's true. That's true. No, like Philo in Delgo 1, as we're calling it now, is a like just utterly terrible character. Just like 100% not. The entire introduction to Philo is you have like a 15-minute long scene where he's doing the exact same joke over and over and over again, and it's fucking brutal, and it sucks, and it's like, oh, this is the rest of the movie with this guy. So it's like, when it came to like, how do we change Philo? Like, the idea of like, we need to be able to give him more of like a realistic perspective, you know? That's why like a few scenes in, he gets like not even like 3 lines in, he has like a monologue that's like several lines long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has the first of the random monologues.
He takes up the whole fucking side of the screen, Scott.
Yup.
I also want to point out, when you said you're gonna play Philo, like I had no idea who that was, so I googled the like Philo Delgo, and two things happened, and I want you to get an image ready. And I think just
I'll
saying
grab
that
it, I'll
means
grab it.
you already know what I'm gonna say. 2 things happened. One, I saw, oh, he's played by Chris Kattan. I have Chris Kattan energy. I don't know if that's right. Before I the ways you had changed the film and the character, that particular detail was very surprising to me and worrying. The other thing was, because I didn't know who he was, like the first image that came up and that I assumed was him was this. I saw this. I was like, oh, I'm playing like the baby sidekick from the first movie, I guess, who grows up in the sequel.
The big justice.
I'm
The
I-
big
I'm
justice.
I'm playing as a
Delgo.
little baby Delgo voiced by Chris Kattan, who then becomes a sex pervert who doesn't have sex a
Yeah.
single scene in the movie. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
No. Yeah, baby Delgo finally grows up. No, this is baby Delgo for the movie Delgo.
Yeah, which I only learned like on Sunday when you played part of the movie and this appeared, and I was like, oh, that's baby Delgo. Although again, I think I'd seen regular Philo, but
I see. We have Melody here, Alan here, and
Yup.
Pseudo. Despite saying that he was having agonies this year as well.
That was the natural charismas.
Let's just go down the line. Alan, how did you had the you were the only person who had like a dramatic recast. How did you feel going from
Yeah.
I
Well,
know you had a strong attachment to Selvesh.
I'm the one who gave Selvage their Canadian tuxedo.
That's true. That was your suggestion. You had a strong attachment to Selvesh, but unfortunately our plurt had to drop. That was Tim, my former podcast buddy with Wrestling on Air. Tim welcomed. He was gonna play plurt, but he had to drop because his job called him in on a fucking Sunday. You know what I mean? Brutal.
Evil.
I know. But you graciously took up the role of plurt, and I have to say you ran away with it in a way like I don't even know if I didn't even know if I expected you to do such a good job with plurt.
See, the thing with Plurn is that you told me it was you told me he was both Kevin Hart, and then Russ pulled up pictures of Jay Leno. So those are like two totally different guys. So I just tried to be just bad and just not good, or like just
the Jay Leno pictures were some of the funny. Every time, like just like someone would start talking about or doing stand-up comedy, when it would just cut to a picture of Jay Leno with stand-up comedy, as if like here's the concept being explained right now.
I really do like, Scott, how much of this was revolving around stand-up and or improv.
Yeah.
This is kind of like your people's Joker in a weird way.
Sort of, yeah. I think I said it on stream, but me and Russ both being like improv guys made a lot of like there was a lot of us just like writing improv jokes to each other. You know what I mean? It made a lot of sense in the moment, and like making Philo an improv guy was also a big part of that.
It was
Naturally.
so good. I loved it.
It was
And
really funny.
I come from the world of stand-up comedy where we hate improv people. I'm
It's true,
sorry, you
it's
guys have
true.
to find out.
No,
But the
I'm
thing is,
aware.
improv people love stand-up comedians, and we fucking hate them because like you guys are so
Both
full
true,
of life
both
and
true.
love, and we want to kill ourselves. So it's an incredible dynamic.
And there are improv comedians who make the jump, but even then it's like, you know, that's just like an
Yeah,
entirely
just like-
different dynamic.
Ursula says just like the Norns and the Delgo.
That's right.
That's true. That's true.
Parallels.
Love the
Wow.
concept of Delgo's race being Delgo and his name is Delgo.
I was-
So good.
I was gonna
He's
make
Delgo
a
the Delgo.
reference to like that being the way they handle mimes and clowns and Spanky the Clown, but I think only half the audience would know what that movie is.
You know, it's an interesting
What
duality.
the hell are
there
you
because
talking about?
When they go to California, they see their own racial dynamics paralleled in Louis C.K. and Matt Besser, the representatives of stand-up
Oh.
stand-up and
Stand up
improv.
and improv. True.
Wow.
True.
Think about it.
That's so funny.
Melody.
This is a contemplative piece of media.
Does that mean improv is better?
Yes,
No.
unequivocally, 100%. I'm just getting it out there. I have more fun doing improv. Melody.
The improv scene ending with somebody pulling a gun. Mwah, mwah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no.
A stand-up scene ending with somebody pulling out a gun? I don't know about that one, guys.
Yeah,
It's more tragic.
I like as soon as we wrote into the script that Philo is an improviser, I desperately pleaded with Russ, listen, I need to put an actual scene of him doing improv in there. And I had a bunch of like weird ideas for it too. One of them was like, what if I actually like asked a bunch of my like local improv friends to come in and like do a scene like mid-show? But it's
Oh
like
my
that would have been
God.
so much more annoying to
You're
coordinate.
such a sadist. Oh my
Can I-
god.
can I
Evan.
ask- Was the Philo does improv idea the start of the they go to real world LA idea, or was that already going to happen?
literally the first lines we wrote were the rooftop party in LA.
I love that. That's so good.
Isn't the wait? Is the? I didn't realize this at the time. Is the intro of the script an in media res and then we flash back situation?
Yes.
Okay, I just in my head it was like, oh, they've got Hollywood here in Jamora. That's crazy. They're fucking living it up here. I didn't
No.
realize that was like a whole. I was like, how that was.
No, my whole approach to it was like, well, we need to do something that's so unbelievably stupid and like eye-catching, like right from the beginning, that it just like as soon as we go into like the weird like Game of Thrones style medieval shit, the juxtaposition is so strong that like people just utterly forget about it. So when we actually go back to LA, people just thought that was like a fake thing that happened.
It works. Like
Yeah, it
honestly,
works.
I think everyone forgot. I definitely didn't remember.
I
it.
100% forgot. Yeah.
I totally forgot.
For me, that's just what Hollywood is like. You know, with all those loonies up at the top and us suckling the teat from the bottom. You know, disgusting.
Yeah.
Melody played the role of Geargardus. Melody, I see you're muted, but you're here with us, right? Correct?
Oh, Melody
did
just
say
said
they had to
shit.
be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll go back to that. Pseudo, you played the role of Scrumbo.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
dude,
I
you
forgot
know-
I did snort coke off of Delgo's.
Yeah,
Technically-
that's a tough one
Sorry.
to come back to.
That's the first thing your character does.
It was Dark Go actually. It was
Oh my
a
God,
lie.
you're right, it was
Unreliable narrator.
I'm sorry I interrupted the question.
Deep Flow, we have not talked about the Dragalia Lost Dungeon yet, but there,
Yeah,
you know,
we'll get there.
we'll get there. Pseudo, how did you feel in the role of
Okay.
Scrumbo?
Okay, first of all, I definitely didn't read anything before coming in, which I've said before. Is that a mistake? I don't know. I still haven't figured that out. I
We
don't know if it's a
literally said
mistake.
no one did. No one did.
I literally I saw the Bugs Bunny bit and I was like, I don't want to know. I'm just going to ride. And then I moved on. I will say we were about 12 pages in and a thought occurred and I was like, what does Scrumbo even look like? And I Googled Scrumbo about 9 times. Like, am I doing this wrong? Where is Scrumbo? I didn't know that Scrumbo was an original character. I
Oh
thought
my
Scrumbo
God.
was a Delgo 1 like character that existed in the background or something. I didn't know the two of you invented Frankie E. Enstein
What,
my
what do you
God.
mean by that?
Scrumbo specifically for
I-
Delgo 2.
I'm so happy that you thought that Scrumbo and Dr. Frankie got approved by execs to be in a movie, and that you
I
were
was like,
just like,
yeah, they're
Well,
definitely like dumb little side characters in a sort of like cheap animated film type,
Well,
like they're
here's the
comedic
thing.
relief type characters. I was like, yeah, this makes sense.
There
to
is
me,
like a-
I have to
actually.
go to Delgo.com real quick. Here's the thing: is like you do have characters like these that are named Spig and Spog. Hold on. You see what I
There's
mean?
evil scientists, too.
These are
Oh,
characters from Delgo. There
there's
isn't.
a wicked.
It was cut off, so it just said pig.
That's right.
And there's an evil scientist too. This is like
No, I
Yeah.
don't like that gif. I don't like that. I don't like
there
how
it
he's
is,
doing
Prando.
that and looking. Prando, my favorite character. Fuck you for not putting him in the sequel.
sorry.
Did he die in the first one, Scott? I can't remember.
Prando was literally a thing where I'm like, oh, I just forgot this guy existed. Otherwise, I probably would have put him in at some point.
Spiritually, Dr. Frankie Ian Stein is Prando, kind of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
That the Spig character we just walked past was supposed to be like and Prando as well. These like goblin guys. That's what Scrumbo is supposed to be. But a
Scrumbo-
different guy, a new guy.
I guess
Who-
I'm happy I didn't play Spig or Spog. I thank you.
Yeah, Spig and Spog couldn't make it for this one, unfortunately. They had prior commitment.
Were they one of the
Who was
unnamed
playing
orcs in
Zap-
the? Yeah.
Running. You go.
Oh, I was gonna say the little nasty guys like Spig and Sprog. There's one mention of orcs at the beginning
Mhm.
during the orgy scene. One of them is
Mm-hmm.
I assume I mentally picture that as Sprog.
I'm pretty sure both of them are in there.
Hey,
Okay.
if the orcs were in the orgy, I was picturing like regular ass fantasy orcs. I didn't realize they looked like fucking this?
Well, like
Yeah.
they have a range of bodies. Like they have
Yeah,
like Spock
I
here is a
guess.
big guy, but we'll see the guy who's the final boss of Delgo named Voltac come up in here.
I'm noticing they have the NVIDIA game box fairy on there. Which, like, I'm
Yeah.
glad she's getting work.
They got like these big
Yeah.
muscular ones too. You know what I mean? There's a
Voltac,
range.
he's the big bad.
He's the final boss of Delgo 1. He's the guy Delgo has to beat in order to get to Sedessa.
He does kind of like a Dark
Okay.
Souls fight against him. He's like, it takes like about 5 minutes or so. It's weirdly drawn out.
For some reason the alert for the follow didn't go off. I do need to go and play that real quick because I do need to hear him say, "Oh, I can hit rocks." But yeah,
Brando looks like he belongs in Labyrinth. Like he's one of the red guys from Labyrinth.
I really do want to hear your Scrumbo thoughts, Pseudo.
My thoughts. I think you construct elaborate machinations. To what's that? Y'all ever seen that? Y'all ever seen that? Never mind. Yeah, I think you're one of these days you're gonna sign me up for a role that is gonna get me canceled. I think it's one of these
What do you
days
mean by that? Speak on that.
I think you're gonna lead me down a comedy hole, a tunnel, which I follow, of course, because of the love of the game. Because
Of course.
I'm like a good bit to me is like an apple pie scent, and I'm floating along after its wagging finger. But like one of these days, I'm gonna beef it, and it's gonna be your fault. My career is gonna be over before it ever began.
I want to ride that line. I want you to give me more bullshit like you did to me. That fucking sucked, and I want you to keep doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, whatever they said.
No, not you. Get out of here.
I don't want to be on here. Sorry, frankly,
No,
Boss Man Scott. I don't want to be here because
and you are gonna ruin the stream, yeah.
I am gonna ruin the stream. I'm so sorry, but shit. I don't know how to break this.
I know.
If you could, yeah, please.
Oh God. Everybody keep having fun. Don't focus. Listen, it's not a big deal, okay? So just keep on. Oh God.
No, Russ, please. No.
Oh
Russ,
no.
talk to us about it, man. Come on,
It
tell us
sounds
what
like
happened.
you have
man.
something really important. Yeah, bring back
Come on,
Halfling
dude.
Russ. Yeah, bring that one
Check
back.
your DMs, dude. Check your
No.
I need
DMs.
to hear.
Oh,
No.
No.
They hit the second tower.
Dude,
Oh,
I-
we're getting sued, aren't we?
I don't want it. I didn't want this to be. I didn't want to do this. This couldn't have come at a worse fucking time.
Oh,
Fuck.
No.
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 I
Pull up a
didn't
Chasm Rock
want.
for more.
I am so sorry.
Turn
I
on the
did
TV
not-
any channel. No.
What can you
I
say? You
don't
lived a
want-
wonderful life.
Oh, I don't want to have to post this.
Oh,
Oh, God damn it!
Man.
I'm
Russ,
just.
does it say how Philo went out?
No, Scott, check your messages.
I
It's
know.
confirmed.
Scott, can you put
I
Tiny Dancer
really
in the background real
No,
quick?
no, this can't be. No.
I just did it.
No.
I don't know. I'm so fucking
No.
sorry.
Oh my god.
Do we know if it was like a hostage situation or like?
Do you really want
I
to hear
can't
about
believe-
it? It's not pretty. It's not
Did he
I
fucking
can't believe
pretty.
you would spring this like this. This is so
Now, why-
fucked up.
Now, why did that
Yeah.
person comment in the past?
That is such a good question. That is such a good question. I'm gonna be frank with you. I don't listen. He died in his. He was in Abu Dhabi on one of the artificial snow.
No,
one of the artificial
fuck.
snow ski ranges,
I, we all hope to go out that way, honestly.
and he fell off and snapped his
No,
neck.
he
instantly.
fell off. No.
Hey, he
Don't
he
say
may,
that about my goat.
He may have fallen to his death, but he never fell off.
That's right.
He stayed
I
on.
really
right.
did not want to have to be the person to come on stream and
Yeah.
say, "I'm sorry." I'm
Kind of
fucking
Keith
sorry.
Ledger.
I hope that I I didn't get to talk to him yet. I mean, now I'll never will. But I hope he would. I hope I did him proud with my performance.
I will. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
didn't. I was just looking at Instagram. I didn't want to come on the stream today, and I ruined it. I fucking ruined the stream.
And you did ruin the stream like you usually do.
And
Yeah.
you did. Hey, Russ, when you leave, can you
did,
shut
you
the screen door
did.
so wind doesn't come in? Thanks.
Yeah.
It's just so brutal. Philo, listen, Delgo was such a huge help, and he really cared about Philo. Philo kind of had his warbles. Okay, we didn't talk about it very much.
Are those
His
like
marriage
is it
didn't
like a
end
Jamar
well.
thing?
Right. He
What's
was
that?
Oh, I thought a warble was like a creature
from Delgo. Yeah.
from Delgo.
Like a
Yeah,
squeak?
it is. Yeah, it's like,
Like a
a
squeak. Yeah.
like a squeeb
Hey,
and squib and such.
Does anyone know
Oh
if
my
his
God.
ex-wife is available though? Can I call
For
her?
have that-
interviews? For
Yeah,
She's
for
dating
interviews. A very
love?
specific type of interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
She is
okay,
dating
okay.
Bert Kreischer.
The
machine?
Wow, she moved on fast.
Well, no, this ex-wife. It's only they've been divorced for 3 years. Anyway, we don't need to go in on it. Philo was listen. He had his demons, but he was always an entertainer first, and he cared so much about his audience.
Mhm.
And he might not have made the best decisions in life.
No.
And
Seems
why?
like we're just shitting on him though.
No.
Okay.
I know
I-
Delgo
and-
had a complicated relationship with Philo. He was in and out of rehab a lot of times. Delgo did have to post at one point a apology post about like the things Philo did, but he still friended it. Like I understand the relationship that they had was really fraught, but
and
it's
some
like,
people don't think Philo's YouTube apology was that good, but it's
no,
still
it
an
really
apology.
wasn't very. It was not very genuine. I can say that.
But he's not
my
from
perspective.
here, you know. He's
And yes, people
He's from
said he had
Jamora, right?
demonized.
He's from Jamora.
And listen, cultural differences. There are very different values in Jamora, okay? And yeah, he did some things that would be very questionable in America.
Ursula Cat, you can't say Philo went out like Benoit. Come on.
No, Philo did not ride the lightning, okay? We don't need to go in on it.
I kind of figured he would go out like Rad Milk, to be
He
honest.
died in Abu
Listen.
Dhabi.
Oh god.
He died in Abu Dhabi, okay? On an artificial ski slope, all right? It's fucking different, okay? What he was doing in Abu Dhabi, we shouldn't even get into.
You know what he was doing in
shan't
Abu
say.
Dhabi? I think he would want us to know though, I feel.
Listen, regardless, whatever he did or didn't do, Philo was a man who lived by his own fate.
Yes.
Yes,
He chose his
absolutely.
path.
What else can you
Can't
say?
be
His
Yeah, he
lifestyle
was
determined his death style.
It did.
Every generation has their Keith Ledger.
And even though Delgo, he wasn't in Delgo 2, so he can't get the Academy Award, which I'm hoping Caro
No.
here will get it, but we'll need to,
I mean, I would be honored to accept it in his name, but like I feel like that should go to his
Well, you
like
are-
one of his
yeah,
kid,
you
one
are-
of his kids.
You are Philo too, as I understand it.
I am Philo too. Like if the family wants me to do that, but like I would think like like one of his like many sons would be the one to do that.
yes,
Mhm.
one of his very large sons.
Yeah, or one of the small ones. That's
What do you have you met any of his sons? I know one of them plays for a goalie for like a AHL team. Who does he play for? I think he plays for the Ottawa Condors.
I thought he was
Big.
in Abbotsford.
No,
we are at the event horizon of Philo
We did-
reality right now.
There are
We
no
are about
condors
to-
in Ottawa, you guys. There are no fucking condors up there.
Oh, I meant to say the Ontario Condors. The Ontario Condors.
Oh, huge news from Threat Framework in the chat. Philo's estate has approved in perpetuity the use of his likeness for Fortnite.
Oh, like Mercenary Eye.
They're
Nice.
getting Philo in Fortnite. Let's go! Rest in peace,
we
big
get-
man.
I'm
May
just
his
glad the
legacy be
manufacturer-
preserved.
I meant to
Future
say I accidentally
generations.
combined the Ontario Reign with the Bakersfield Condors. That's embarrassing. I meant to say the Ontario Reign, but anyway, it'll be so. Will Philo
Isn't that
be ever the
Bakersfield where
first?
they bury people?
Well, anyway,
Yeah, and
is
teens.
will Philo be the first ever will he be the first ever posthumous Fortnite entry? Like Fortnite.
Not even the first one this week.
No.
Yeah, for real though. Like
No, it was
James Earl Jones has been-
okay. I gotta
Like,
cut the bit.
Jennifer
It was
just
it was
did
lit- no, it was Juice World, and he showed up as a big hologram in the skybox. And when
That's
you and when you walked towards him, he
R.I.P..
gave you items.
When's John Lennon getting in there?
Dude, traversal emote where he does that fuck ass walk he got shot for.
Yes,
That'd be
yes,
awesome.
thank you. I was
And
trying to
an
figure out.
emote and just a regular emote where he gets shot.
Okay, non-existent
First-
pumpkin. I'll fill you in. Sorry, somebody in the chat. Philo died in a skiing accident on an artificial ski slope in Abu Dhabi, and it's not good. We don't know what he was doing in Abu Dhabi. I heard rumors. Delgo kind of hinted at some stuff. It's not savory, but we shouldn't remember the bad things about a person. We should
Right.
remember the good. Is all I'll say.
Philo died because there was some battery acid leakage on the artificial hill, and Philo joked, "Hey, want to see me eat yellow snow?" And then
Delgo lied. Philo died.
And no,
Whoa.
I don't want
that's
to. I don't
true.
want to see anybody in the chat saying that any kind of like anybody in the upper echelon of QAE, the Qatari politics might have taken Philo out. We shouldn't get into that kind of speculation so
No.
close to his death. Okay,
We're not.
Okay.
We're not
fucking
politics guys.
implying that Philo
Don't-
was assassinated. This is not a
Don't-
politics stream.
Don't make jokes about that. But can we talk about if any SNK employees killed him? Is that okay? Is it okay? We're not saying about politics,
Carried
but
it.
any
on. The
owners of SNK or any company or any video
I'm
game
gonna
company.
say now, Iori from King of Fighters and Fatal. Wait, is Iori in Fatal Fury? I don't remember.
No,
No,
Is he
he's
ever
King
in
of
Fatal
Fighters.
Fury? He's just in King of Fighters.
No.
Okay. Iori from King of Fighters did not go out of his way to kill Philo. Okay. All right.
Well, the SNK CEO did step down like within the last week. So
Whoa.
Oh my
Ryo
god.
Sakazaki
I
did not
respect.
murder Philo. Okay.
Highly suspect.
All right. We can do a charity stream fundraising for the survivors of the Abu Dhabi snowdrift experiment. We can.
I think the
support
survivors
families.
was everyone. I think it was just Philo.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it was
that's-
just Philo.
And I
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good because their
And I
streams
just
are
wanna
pretty
say,
big, so we aren't
Athena-
gonna raise a lot of money.
Athena from Psycho Soldier did not kill. Okay. Who's saying that in the chat? Stop saying Athena killed fucking Philo. Okay.
Hey, we're being serious over here. Don't bring that up.
Don't bring that up.
RFK just tweeted that floating stones will be rising out of your backyards.
Oh my
What the
god.
hell?
What?
That's crazy.
RFK
Oh,
just
yeah.
appointed the CEO of SNK.
Whoa!
Whoa.
We're breaking so much news
SNK?
here today.
What else do I have to say?
Melody, you played the role of Gear Gardis. How do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
Gagardis, Giragardis, Garitis.
A lot of really good pronunciations.
Yeah,
Orange.
I'm still not 100%.
I forgot how I pronounced it, but it was incorrect.
It was
think it was
cool.
like
I had an eye
Gerardus.
patch.
I said
Yeah,
Gerardus.
you said-
You're right.
You said Gerardus a couple times. A few people said Gerardus.
Gerardus Depardieu.
Gerardus will be an Onimusha 3.
That's what
Okay.
we're hoping.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Kind of the Javert of.
I just got a
scam
taco
members.
salad.
Ooh.
Just now.
What's
like,
on
What
that?
literally,
salad are you gonna?
You asked
wait,
me a
what
question,
ta-
I reached out into
what-
taco salad.
What salad are you gonna talk about?
I'm gonna talk about. Sorry, I got a fajita salad with fajita chicken.
Russ just got your ass. Russ just got your ass so hard. Oh my god.
I love the idea of
Yeah.
someone saying, "Let's talk about it," and then an entire crowd just goes, "Ah!" like fucking somebody.
Oh.
Really, huge news. Well, while you're chewing on this taco salad,
I can still talk.
What are your biggest Gear Gardis memories?
To quote Alfredo from the hit classic movie
Fettuccine?
the God Thumb, which is the version of Godfather, but they filmed it with thumbs and they put like face on the thumbs like annoying orange.
Yeah, Steve
Um,
Odenkirk, but not Bob Odenkirk's brother, Steve Odenkirk. It's the other.
Yeah, Steve
Odenkirk.
Odenkirk, not
Yeah.
Odenkirk.
What?
To quote Alfredo, I don't talk much in this movie. was-
You have a lot of lines. You have a lot of lines compared to a lot
Yeah.
of other characters.
I was the guard character. I didn't even realize that I was supposed to be the daughter of a character from the first movie.
Well,
You're
she's such a
also-
strong, independent character. She doesn't
Right.
have to be related to another male
Okay,
character.
well,
I
her
think she-
father is also
think
the
she's-
guard. Her father is also the guard in the first movie, and she's the guard, and her name is like a girl version of his name.
What?
You're
Yeah.
also on the poster,
Specifically
and you're
what?
like the coolest
Okay.
designed character.
Yeah.
I messaged Scott in the middle of the stream on the side.
Okay.
Is Gergardus just girl Gardus or
No.
whatever? And I didn't receive
Honestly,
confirmation,
Scott,
but it was
can I take
pretty
this one?
damning.
Please, by all means, Rob.
So in the Norn language, they use strong guttural noises. So brah brah. I mean, it's kind of like they used to respond through guttural tones because they're flying creatures. When they fly about, it's hard to hear, proper verbiage up in the sky, especially when the air is thinner. This checks out, right? Science-wise, Alan,
sounds
as a,
Yeah,
as a
100%.
STEM person.
Yep, you
And
guys
so
say
they
instead
would
of,
make
like,
loud guttural noises. So when they're children, this is real.
Okay.
This is deep in the Nor. This is part of the
of the
Delgo
lore
Bible
Bible.
that Delgo gave us. They drop the child in the sky, and they have to keep make themselves fly. That's why
Right.
they're such a strong warrior race. That the first noise they make when they fall, is what they add on to the family name.
Interesting.
So the first, Scott. When Scott told me this lore, I was blown away. I've never heard anything like this. So
Actually,
the first noise that Brogardus Bogardus, excuse me, was a-
Brogard.
and the
No,
first one that
Brogardus is
Gergard,
Brogard is his full name. Bro Team Pill Gardus.
yeah, and Gergardus's first noise they made was "Gah!" So it's Gergardus. So that's how
Actually,
in
I-
the lore
I'd like to
checks
clarify.
out.
I would like to clarify. This is what I'm bringing to the table. Sometimes actors bring stuff to the tables that is not necessarily in the script.
Well, they're
Yeah,
wrong
actors on
sometimes
actors.
too. So
Yeah,
I'll
they are
I'll
wrong
be able to-
sometimes. Yeah.
Actually, the first her first words, the first sound she made was she was doing "Bonfire" by Childish Gambino, and she said
Oh.
"Beast bitch grr Invader Zim."
Yeah.
And that's actually where it came from.
I do want to walk back on this. Yes, Russ did write the word "girl Gardus" in the script, and I did just go, yes,
I love that
we should
so
make that a
much.
character.
No,
drop
no,
the
Scott's
L
being
though. Drop
funny.
the L though because Gear Gardus is cooler.
You did say it like Justin Timberlake in The Social Network. Hey, drop the L. So like the Facebook.
Grief has a question for Melody. Melody, question from the audience. As the guard character, does it feel good as fuck to deny people entry to places with a sword or long arm?
Well, I would think so. I think I got to do that once in the play, in the LA scene. But for some
That's
reason,
true.
it said in the script.
By the way, movie. You make cinema.
No,
here.
plays right. Play sounds
It was a
good.
it was a filmed play.
Yes, thank
That's
you.
what I call them.
Oh,
Film
like
for
Hamilton.
short.
We
Film
kind of
for
were going
short.
for like a little bit of a novelistic approach with some theater elements, but ultimately it's cinema. But please continue.
For some reason in the script, it said that I couldn't turn away Louis C.K. And I got bad vibes, but I just had to let him go. So I didn't. I only got to turn away one person at the door.
And who'd you turn away?
Yeah,
Oh, who was it? Or
it
do
was.
you-
I guess Delgo's party did get let in, but I was hesitant about them. There was something wrong. There something felt wrong.
I could tell you a person. We could give you a list of people you could have denied. You could have done Steve Resnici, the guy who lied about being in 9/11. Denied him.
He's not getting into that party, no.
Why would
what
someone invite
else?
him in the
Was it-
first place? He's not even in the league yet. It's 2008.
Maybe he's really good in the LA comedy scene. I don't know.
They should get other people from the league, like that guy who does the AI baby videos on YouTube now.
I'm denying you entry
You're gonna
because
have
you
to
lied
be
about
more
9/11, and
specific.
also you're not in.
Yeah.
Also, you're not in a cable-based sitcom.
If you have
How
to deny
dare you.
people who lied about being a 9/11, you have to deny like 50 of the biggest stars.
That's right.
And you
Am I
list
going to
all
deny Seth
50 of the
MacFarlane?
9/11. I like to believe Seth
The
MacFarlane.
stars of
Would you deny
9/11?
Seth MacFarlane and his funny man antics? He might even sing a song in the party.
In
Do you have to think about
2008.
that?
That's my fear.
In
Yeah.
2008, would you
Yeah.
deny Seth MacFarlane?
That's
That's
like
like-
the height of his power.
That's like the
Is
height
he
of his
making-
power.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Is he
not.
making Ted? We know for a fact how 1001 Ways to Die in the West hasn't come out yet, but Ted's probably full swing in production. And are you gonna tell when he's swinging around big Ted money, you're gonna throw him out? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
When did Ted come out? Let's look that up.
Yeah, find
I
that
don't know.
out.
Ted's bigger than ever. I hear they're going to make
2012. It was 2012.
Okay, so still 4 years before that.
He definitely like had the idea and was like, I gotta make this my masterpiece.
Yeah,
This
and
is what's
movies
guys-
take a long time to produce.
Ted's bigger than ever now, thanks to the Ted TV show.
Yeah,
I heard some rumblings in Hollywood that they're working on a new movie called Ted and Paul, and it's what if Paul
Oh, whoa.
and Ted.
Oh,
like the bear.
Yo,
Interesting.
the three monkey who waves.
Wait.
No,
No,
the-
he's
No, I'm
tied
not-
up with
the
Oh.
Nickelodeon still. I
the
think.
second most famous alien played by Seth Rogen.
Are we? Oh, I couldn't tell if we were talking about
Oh.
the bear or the Joe Biden analog, Ted Lasso. I was really, really confused.
Do you think they're gonna do another season of Ted Lasso where he gets prostate cancer now?
Yes.
Yes, that would be really
I think-
huge for
yeah.
them.
It would be really good to like cure toxic masculinity that way. I think if Ted Lasso got prostate cancer,
Yeah, heal your root chakras.
Is that what Ted
Exactly.
Lasso's about? Oh, I don't know what this
it is literally about like a guy that like teaches a soccer team to like cure their
Love
toxic
again.
masculinity. He
Love,
teaches
it's
them
love.
love. Again,
They
like all
upgrade-
things, it's love.
It's love.
Ted Lasso is about
It's love.
they upgrade that one guy who looks like PS4 graphics up to PS5 graphics.
Wow.
Wow.
So what if they
Fun
cut him from the show though? Because the PS5 has no games.
Fun fact about
he couldn't
play
Ted
anymore.
Lasso. Fun fact about Ted Lasso. If you look up the Xbox original game Sudeki, it just gives you pictures of Jason Sudeikis. So
Oh, not me. I'm getting that good. I mean, it's not good, but I'm getting the game.
Getting that good from Jason Sudeikis? What the fuck is happening to you?
Holy shit.
Wow, this game kind of looks like Delgo.
Yeah.
Why this game kind of like Delgo?
dead ass halfway
They're the
through
most
Delgo 2. I'm like,
Delgo-adjacent
this is such a Sudeki ass script.
Oh my god,
Guy
this
who's
does
only
look
watched
like
Delgo
Delgo.
reacting
Holy
to other-
shit. This does look a
Oh,
lot like Delgo.
they even has a character named Elko.
Oh god, it is.
Oh wow! I think we just
Oh.
caught him.
Did you rip
What's
off
that
Sudeki
one
when you made
PS3
this?
game that's like X Blades? Remember that?
I do
That's
remember
another-
X Blades.
Didn't they
X
make
Blades
a
is kind of
like,
Delgo-esque
sequel?
too.
They made like not a sequel, but they made like a
Yeah.
spiritual successor to X Blades.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have it. It's
Anyway,
it's
yeah.
garbage.
Why aren't there more funny and quirky video game references in the Delgo 2 script? I feel like we really didn't utilize that enough.
Delgo
What's
3
up with
will
that?
have Adam Sessler.
Russ, would you field this one?
Well, the fact that there wasn't as many epic gamer references is we wanted to kind of appeal to all quadrants.
Right.
And epic
Oh.
gaming stuff, it's just difficult to get in major international territories,
Right. I mean, you guys were taking
So-
on Holly Woke. You can't do movies
Exactly.
and games at the same time. They do
Yes.
deserve their own categories. That's fair. The next one we can tackle games.
Yeah, I think Delgo 3 is going to be very video games, but also it is going to be cinema.
Will it?
It's-
Will it
it's
have
really
ludonarrative
tough
dissonance,
because-
though?
Ooh.
Sorry, could you repeat that, Alan?
Would it have ludonarrative dissonance? That's how I know if it's going to be art or not.
Ooh, that's gonna be gonna
Yeah.
be really big for us. I guess we'll have to let's put that in the notes for Delgo 3, ludonarrative
Del
dissonance,
Souls.
so that like as soon as when I think about it, I think Delgo 2 does also have a bit of ludonarrative dissonance as well. Wouldn't you say so? Russ?
I would say so, yes, because we go Ludo, and then the narrative
Yeah.
is insane.
That's
and
why you're the
you get
writer,
dissonance
baby.
by how good it is. And I just want to say, I feel like a reason we avoided a lot of gamer stuff is because this was kind of going to be the first animated film that's art.
Right.
Because a lot of children's,
absolutely.
animation's a children's medium. So
Right.
we really wanted to focus on making the first kind of adult children's cartoon. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
No, absolutely.
And we didn't want to cross-contaminate that with video games, which is another form of not art.
Which is
movie
just for
people.
children. Which is all just for children. Yeah.
Yeah, well, also badass adults who, but
Well,
it's
yeah.
not art. Because Call of
So-
Duty, when you're
yeah.
a top fragger,
That's true. That's true.
I know that this has been in the works for a really long time. Like I figured because in there you guys boldly claim you are the first animated feature for adults.
Animated
that's
children's
what,
film
yeah,
for
that's
adults.
how all of the animated
Yeah.
characters during the Delgo going through the 2001: A Space Odyssey sequence.
Yeah.
That's what all the animated characters say to Delgo.
Well,
Right,
okay,
yeah.
can I take
And
this
they
real
definitely
quick?
got
'Cause
that.
Please.
But Rick and Morty did come out in between you guys writing these scripts, like starting
joke-
and finishing. And I was
that's
curious
a
if you
joke.
guys had what?
That's funny stuff. Funny stuff's not art. It doesn't make you cry.
Yeah, exactly. Rick and Morty's just.
Rick-
Rick and
it's-
Morty's
the thing
just
is,
really
Rick-
funny.
Oh.
Rick and Morty is adult animation for children.
Right.
Delgo 2
Yeah.
is children
Now,
animation.
Children's
hold on.
animation for adults.
Hold on, I do
Delgo
have to
2
say
is still for children.
it takes a really
Okay.
high
It is.
IQ to appreciate Rick and Morty. That's all I want to say.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
did it. We have. I have specifically said multiple times that Delgo 2 is a movie for kids, but there's also a little something for mommy and daddy in there.
It's
Yeah,
PG-13
absolutely.
though, right? You keep it, you know.
Hard R,
There's
R,
a
bordering
there
on
is a
X.
full
Whoa!
there is a double
Clip that,
penetration
someone
scene
clip
in this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There's double penetration and like unsimulated oral, but then there's also scenes where like someone's topless, but it's kind of like blurry and in the background. So I think that balances it out.
Delgo
Well, it's
finds
for
his
kids.
son.
It's for kids, but the parents need to bring their kids to the kids aren't allowed
Right.
to go by themselves.
So the
right.
scenes where the nudity is like more tasteful are done with the kids in mind.
No, that's when the kids need to go out and go and play in the arcade for a bit.
It's
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
did you watch Eternals? There's a sex scene in that. It's like that. It's like Eternals.
True.
It's
Did you
exactly
see
like it.
Eternals? Eternals was a huge inspiration for this movie, by the way. You could,
gotta
if you
go.
were like, "Oh man, I'm getting a feeling that the Clasto kind of reminds me a bit of Druig."
Dude.
Now, who's Kingo?
There's
Kingo,
no-
I'd say Delgo is a little Kingo. If you
I can
think
see
about it.
Delgo as Kingo, yeah.
And I'm assuming whenever Kojima makes the tweet out, Kojima did message us that Delgo is his uncle. So
Yeah.
So
we all remember the tweet where Kingo was his dad, right? Did that quote reference make fall on?
I,
Yeah, I
remember
caught
that
it.
one. Yeah.
Now, I am
Okay,
really excited for when Kojima finally makes the tweet, but it's going to be heartbreaking when all he says is just watch Delgo 2.
Oh
That's
no!
gonna suck. What would you guys do? First
What would-
48.
I would block Hideo Kojima.
I think,
What
I
if-
think this
Scorcher.
means-
No.
What if he only could tweet those words because he was in between jerking off at how hot the sex
Hey,
scenes are?
listen.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
true.
Delgo said hey, listen. I just heard from Delgo he is going to Japan right now.
Oh,
Somebody
shit.
Somebody might be getting scanned soon.
Someone might
is
be
all
getting
I'm saying.
scared.
The first 3D scan of a 3D CG character.
That's
They're
not
somehow
even true
scanning
because
the
they
model.
scanned Pecora.
That's true.
They did.
So I've
She's
got
That's a 2D character. That's a 2D character.
Can you get Usada Pecora for Delgo 3?
Has he confirmed that he
God.
scanned Philo in time? No,
Oh.
Philo's dead as a fucking rock, dude. There's
We
no
were
way-
thinking-
there's
Yeah,
no way.
he's
There's
in the
no way.
dirt.
Philo will not be in Death Stranding 2, as far as I could tell.
No, I will say that he might be on the beach, but we don't need to go in on that. Anyway, but
just literally, he's on the beach right
he's just like, "Hey, it's me, Philo." Hey there, Sam Porter Bridges. But all I'm gonna say is this: is that wait, I lost my train of thought. Wait, I'm just gonna say, HoloLive has reached out to us and Delgo. Probably just Delgo though, to have one of those weird interviews where somebody.
That's the
Kohab
that's
was on
the
the-
disability
that's
intros.
okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Kohab.
But anyway, all I'm saying is that we might have one of those weird interviews where an American celebrity talks to like Fubuki or something. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jared
Or-
Leto saying, I love your cute little outfit to Kyla.
What's the name of the little princess girl? Luna.
Luna.
They might be talking to Luna. Yeah.
Whoa, that'd be
Do
huge.
I just realized that Luna just talked to Diego Luna. Isn't that weird?
That is
That's
weird. That's really weird.
Yeah.
I've got an interesting question to ask the cast.
Please.
And this is kind of probably going to have to answer kind of in a one-by-one situation here. But so this movie came out in the early 2000s, which, as we know, the huge thing they were doing in that was you go into a children's animated feature film and they'd give you a piece of paper, so like a rectangle where it had scratch and sniffs, where at a certain points in the movie you would scratch and sniff like something like the peanut butter for that when the dog is eating peanut butter.
That was
if
just
you had to
Rugrats
add-
Gone Wild. I think that's the only.
I was
movie
just
that-
They
gonna
were
say,
doing this
it's-
in many movies. If you had to choose something from just in general, like you feel is appropriate potentially for your character or for the movie, what is your scent that you want to add to the scratch and sniff?
Well, I think Delgo would smell like Glombo berries.
the real Glombo berries.
Yeah.
Well, which character would most likely smell like cum? That's the big question.
Probably Delgo.
There's 6 little scratch and
Yeah.
sniff spots and they are all cum.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Clastos would smell like smokeweed, of course.
I remember
Yeah.
that
Oh,
from
yeah. Love
Spy.
it. Smokeweed.
Hold on, Top Hat Axolotl says, I remember that in Spy Kids 4. What were the smells in Spy Kids 4? Tell us. Scratch and sniff cocaine smell.
Yeah.
I think
You gotta do that one right at the start.
I
And
think
then the cum
Dr.
one
Fra-
right after it.
Yeah, of course.
whenever they
Dr.
get to
Frankie-
LA,
Barf and farts?
Oh.
Okay, yeah. I guess
I
that's what
think-
you would smell in Spy Kids 4.
Yeah.
oh,
It's none of the smells were Joel McHale's stupid fucking forehead that I hate. That's crazy.
I think we should. I think we should get like for one of them would be like car sex stank. That should be like
okay.
multiple times through the movie.
What does an improv show smell like, Scott? Like, what do you, in your approximation? Because that's what Philo would smell like.
Desperation.
Yeah, that's a good
Beer.
I would say
Beer.
say like cheap $2 beer,
Xanax.
or like, or
Finally, I can
like
smell Mad
stale-
Master cigarettes.
Yeah, his cigarettes, his specially
Yeah.
rolled, his special self-rolled cigarettes that he enjoys so much.
I would like to say Dr. Frankie Ian Stein smells like sour gummy worms. That's all I had to say.
That's very
And,
kind to that character that you wrote.
Oh.
Okay,
wow.
Scott's not. Okay, Scott's being passive aggressive about Dr. Frankie Ian Stein, but we don't need to go in on it.
Do you want to go in on it? We can go in on it.
Scott
You
wanted
and-
to cut Dr. Frankie Ian Stein and make it a make it a woman called Dr. Mrs. Beautiful.
And I think she would have been a great character.
Dr. Mrs. Beautiful. Listen,
I was prepared
and
to
I-
call her a baddie. And now we're getting into Scott's thoughts. We're talking about Dr. Frankie Enstein. Dr. Frankie Enstein, frankly, that's a doctor I would cut in half. And I'm glad he dies. I'm glad he dies like a third of the way into the movie. Okay?
Dr. Mrs. Beautiful. Listen,
Who
I'm
I
all
was
for women
already-
in STEM.
Who I was already prepared to call a baddie.
I'm all for
That's
women in
disrespectful
STEM.
thing you can
Okay,
say
I'm
about a
all for
woman.
women in
It sounds
STEM.
like you're not,
It's
though,
just
Russ.
shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm all for women in STEM. But I wanted to do a reference to the classic Universal horror monster movies. And you think you're so fucking smart?
Okay, dude, it's okay. Dude.
Ah!
It's okay. Dude, it's okay. Calm down. It's fine.
There's an E now.
Dr. Frankie
There's an A
Ian
now.
Stein is a reference to classic Hollywood. All right?
I know how much you love
Jesus
cinema too.
Christ.
I know how much you love cinema. I know how
I'm
much
a
you love
cinema
Hollywood.
guy. I'm movies guy.
That sound.
Shut up!
Kyle.
Shut up!
And Russ, I really want to ask, where was this range when we were filming?
You know, I thought that doctor was
I-
pretty funny.
Yeah,
And
that's
I thought he was very reductive, and I thought he was very pastiche of too many evil science. It's fine though.
Oh.
It's fine. I'm glad people like the
No, he's
character.
not.
I'm glad
Scott
people like
finally
the
learned
character.
fucking word pastiche. You write that on your fucking forearm or something? You fuck. Ugh.
Scott, I'll say I kind of agreed with you the first read through, but then I realized Russ could have chose to make it Frankie Enstein or something like that.
Right.
But the fact that it's Frankie E. Enstein to me
Yes.
makes it just like an extra level stupid that I like, okay.
I thought it was
It's
Frankie
not
E. Einstein, and it's like Frankenstein and Einstein were one guy.
That would have been
Yes, that's
that
what
would've-
I
I thought
thought
it was like
too.
a Diane
and
Feinstein.
like
two on the
he
nose.
sticks his tongue out.
Oh, that would be
yeah.
no, I like as a Dr. Stone fan, I like
Yo.
that.
Should I just leave the fucking call?
No, Russ, it's okay.
I'm being undermined.
Russ, listen.
Your
Listen,
work
was
we
so
didn't
important.
get the irate
You're-
gamer, dude. You're all we have.
Dr. Mrs. Beautiful was a good character, and she can come back.
Yeah, I think
I'm
she's
not
going to be in
opposed.
Delgo 3. I think she's going to be in Delgo 3.
She was a beautiful woman who wore a lab coat sensually.
Ooh,
Scott
Dr.
wrote,
Mrs. Beautiful. Ooh, Dr. Mrs. Beautiful. I can't stop thinking of a beautiful woman
She's
named
primo
Dr.
wifey
Mrs.
material.
Beautiful. Ooh.
but for once, Scott, we had to make
We had to make a character for the boys. As soon as you said that, I
not
was
the
like,
boys,
no,
I'm
I
the
get it.
classic cinema fans. The classic cinema fans.
Who are all film bros.
They're on Letterboxd, yeah.
Film bros.
What
If anything, it sounds like
graphic
you're
was?
stemming the tide of women.
When
What
we're oh sorry.
I was gonna say,
Sarah.
what demographic was each individual character created for? Because obviously, Delgo 2 is a movie that appeals to a universal audience. And
I'd
I'm,
say it's
not,
the
and
first-
I'm not just talking universal monsters.
Yep. Mhm.
I'd say it's the first 16 quadrant movie. It's the first 4 squared quadrant movie.
I didn't even know they had that many.
Well, Delgo is something of an everyman character. I feel like every single person has sort of had similar experiences to Delgo in their lives. Like they've overcome
all-
a lot of
we've
a
all
lot of
fucked.
hardship. They've all had sex.
We've all
Every single one of
we've all been
us.
sad.
We've all been sad.
It's
We've all been betrayed by. We've all been betrayed by a woman.
This is the classic hero's journey that Jordan Peterson's always talking about. Yeah.
Yes, cathedrals everywhere.
Will there be
There
a
was
scene
a
where Delgo
cathedral in
makes
the
his
movie.
bed in the next movie?
Scott was saying we gotta have a scene. There was only one scene, and Delgo's bed was specifically messy in it. So I think Scott was like, "We gotta make the bed. We gotta make the bed." So next time we'll get to that. Thank you.
I do want to
Chaos
ask.
of
fantastic.
Sedessa.
So non-existent pumpkin in the chat says this poster fucking rules. Have we talked about that? Unfortunately, I did invite Orion, who designed the poster, that's over on the left hand side of this. I did invite Orion. He was gonna come on, but he unfortunately had to drop out last second. So fucking Orion, amazing artist. I come to him for everything. He also did my BRB screen. Like, let me switch to this. I'll keep the mics on. Look at this. This
It's
is
a
awesome.
really good BRB.
It's a really good
yeah,
BRB
yeah.
screen. Hold on, wait. I have to get rid of the Call of Dragons widget. I have to get rid of that.
Whoa, that looks awesome!
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
That's
great.
epic.
What
No,
game
like-
is going on that machine?
It's
Hatris.
something like that. Yeah, but it's like no, it's like he did a fucking awesome job. I told him like I want something that's like a send up of Star Wars, like with the Darth Vader like dark figure in the background. Delgo holding up the sword, kind of like how Luke is holding up the lightsaber, like in that one poster.
Mm-mm.
And it's like
And what?
the poster, like one of the Star Wars posters. I forget which one. I
What-
can
What
try and look
what
at
is-
What?
Pretty sure it's the
What's
one
that?
from New Hope.
Star Wars.
Star
poster.
Wars.
Yeah, what is?
It's the thing in
oh,
Fortnite.
okay.
It's
Star
Star Wars.
It's the,
Okay,
yeah,
it's the
okay.
thing that the Boonta Eve Classic happens in.
The series that Ben Quadraneros is from. And
Yeah,
Sebulba.
the one where
Yeah.
Deadbolt.
Deadbolt, yeah.
Yeah, this
Dengar.
post.
Like with like the dog, yeah.
I forgot how crazy the original Star Wars poster looks.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this was
Been
like the
around
big
before, dude.
inspiration for
Incredibly
that, for the most part.
misleading that they were like, "Oh, this guy, yeah, he's ripped," and then you get in the film, and then immediately it's like his shirt never comes off, and he's unbelievably scrawny.
And
It's
that's
awesome. He's Mark Hamill as a little gay boy.
I love
Yeah.
I love Star Wars because every fan of it is like, I can't believe they made Luke Skywalker a pussy in the new ones. What a bunch of bullshit. And then you watch it and he's like a 10-year-old boy who's like, I don't want to get wet.
He's such a fucking drama queen, man. The fate of the galaxy's at stake.
I gotta talk
eat
to
your
a green
veggies.
dog. This sucks. I
want to
hate
get
Star Wars.
power converters. I kill rats with my car.
I hope the girl who kissed me isn't my sister.
Oh man!
Normal fear.
Just
Star
I'm
Wars.
just like Delgo after all.
but no, like every single idea I sent to him, he like nailed every single one. I was like, I sent him like for like character outfit references, I sent him like really old Fire Emblem designs that are like really basic, like here's just like a shirt and a cape basically, and that's it. And he like nailed every single one. Let me actually pull it up and just like zoom in on it a little bit.
Okay, that makes me want to ask Gargamel, whatever her name is.
It's Beatrix
Garden.
from Final Fantasy IX.
You would
It
fucking
100%.
cry with that.
Yeah.
All right, because like it's so close.
That
Well, okay.
100%. I just said just make Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX, but make her an Orin. That's it. That was the full instruction there. It's like I really wanted Gear Gardus on the poster too, because I thought like fake Beatrix would be such an eye-catching thing too, and
It's
like
cool.
and her and Dartgo are like the only original characters in it too, because like we have new King Delgo, we have Queen Kyla, who like in his like first few sketches that he showed me, like she's shooting like sparkles from her hand and she's smiling, and it's like, this is awesome. This is not the character that's in the movie. The character in the movie is so much darker. I need her to be like stern. I need her to be like firm. And he totally fucking like corrected on that in such a good way. I'll try and pull up the sketches too, because the sketches are really good.
Now, me and Delgo thought we should have ugly blue and purple Photoshop slops, so I'm still kind of disappointed about the poster,
Yeah.
but that's fine. We
I
disagree
was
on
shocked
that.
because I was looking in the Discord and I saw you guys were talking extensively about which AI software would be the best to utilize for this. And I am shocked that you decided to go with this weirdly expensive method. I don't know what's up with that, but I guess that's, networking or
Well,
whatever.
Scott's trying to, a thing about making money in Hollywood is you got to spend money, and Scott wants to be a big money spender. Now, I was trying to be a frugal, guy, but that's fine.
AI is really good at generating Lockney, but not Norrin, so
Listen,
the deck isn't there yet.
Wow.
Listen, if he didn't like pay for a commission, then this film wouldn't have lost any money, and like it would be pointless.
I know.
It's true.
And it was really important for me to make sure we lose like a lot of money. But yeah, like
By the
so
way,
much, so much
click
cool
on-
shit in the sketches are these. Like,
Be sure to download Call of Dragons and
no longer a sponsor. No longer a sponsor. We are not endorsing
Oh.
Call of Dragons at this time.
Oh, okay, then don't download it.
Don't download Call of
Yeah,
Dragons.
use the code on Factor to get your first meal for $8 or whatever. What was it again? Oh, Factor, my Factor. I missed it.
Yeah, I haven't picked up any sponsorship. Delete my downloads? Why? What do you want from me? But yeah, no, like
What happened? What did you put something on screen?
I just have the sketch of like the first sketch of the poster.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought you had something happen with your downloads.
Is Ursula Cat like your no-fap like accountability buddy?
Well,
Promise
we haven't quite discussed that yet, but
Recently,
delete your downloads of Call of Dragons. Okay,
Oh, okay.
If you could, yeah,
okay.
please go ahead and uninstall Call of Dragons. They're not a sponsor at this time.
Even if you think that elf lady's sexy, you gotta delete it. Okay.
Also, like, I really wanted like Sedessa in the mask because I felt like this is gonna be like a really eye catching thing. Like, look like a new character. People aren't gonna know who that is, and it's that King Leo mask too, like the white hood and like the big steel mask and stuff.
She's giving like White Mask Vare from Elden Ring to me.
Yeah, I definitely see Vare.
But also very specifically, I said just do the one Asterion pose. The literal one Asterion picture.
Yeah, it was just funny because we got so many death threats from the Sedessa fans. How are they going to get Sedessa back?
Mm-hmm.
Who's this new character on the poster? She's basically trying to fill in for
Dan
Sedessa.
Bancroft is dead. What are we supposed to do?
They had no clue what was to come.
For some reason, I was like looking for the Asterion picture, like scrolling down, and it was literally the first result. It's just like the Asterion pose. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Really funny. Excellent stuff by Orion. He's great. If you want to like ever like see his shit and support him, go to ovader.gay. That's where you can find all of his stuff. I'll pin that too, so people can check. I don't know how to. I can't pin in OBS. How do I pin in OBS?
Excuse me. Let me go.
Thank you, Cohab. Thank you, Cohab.
Oh, Cohab's on it already.
Why is that Asterion pose so like Magic the Gathering card called like 2 pieces of silver coated? Like
it's 2-drop, both white, and you like both of you draw a treasure token.
It is funny though, because it's like when you look up Asterion, it's literally just this picture over and over again. Like it's on like every single like game fact. It's on like every single like article about Baldur's Gate. You know what I mean? It's in the Baldur's Gate logo and everything.
Mm-hmm. This is how I pose when I'm waiting for my turn with a joint.
That's how I look when I'm waiting for my Subway sandwich.
You gotta admit though, Asterion is the baddest bitch in Baldur's Gate.
I just also want to say
on TV.
I was just gonna say, get ready for the Wizards of the Coast collab with Delgo. That's all I'm saying. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yes. Is it just gonna be raw screenshots from the movie and no original art?
Can you
absolutely.
And every card's gonna be roughly $15. So get ready.
Can you be careful? Because I started hinting to the Delgo Wizard of the Coast crossover on my stream, and the Pinkertons were at my house this morning.
No, not the Pinkertons! Jesus Christ!
I don't know what that was about.
Did you have a Did you have a union you were a part of or something? Or
I thought. Wait,
no, I remember the Magic the Wizards of the Coast Pinkerton. Where like they sent them to go like rough up a guy who like stole some cards or something.
I was confused. I thought Rivers Cuomo was coming to your house.
And that's another funny one from us. It's another funny one from us.
Come on, what? Any fans of Weezer Island, they're gonna laugh their butt off.
Should we talk about how we did the fight scenes?
I want to since we're on art, I want to keep going with Buchan and stuff. I pulled up the like lettering and logo stuff that Boo did for the like the primary like concept art poster. Do you have anything on like? Do you have anything on like this process you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when I was brought onto this project, I was immediately like, okay, well, I was thinking of like really shit and terrible fonts that Delgo would have used.
You didn't even know that the Delgo movie uses papyrus.
It's not papyrus. It's
close. It looks a lot like it.
It is. It is like it's Herculanum, which is Papyrus's like older brother that listens to Dope Smoker. So I was like, yeah, so like a modern Delgo brand. I didn't know that it used the actual Delgo logo uses this typeface. But I was like, okay, so obviously it used Herculanum as its type for like a new Delgo refresh.
Right.
I got really in my head about like how would we present Delgo to the next generation of audience goers? Because it's not just the movie, right? It's an event.
A brand.
It's yeah, absolutely. It's the soft brand launch for new Delgo content. So I was like, okay.
I'm sorry, can I pause you right here? You sound like Defunct Land quoting Bob Iger. Go ahead.
Thank you.
That's just what it takes to be a genius.
The goal for the Delgo 2 branding was something like horrifyingly competent for the scale of the idea.
Right.
I wanted to take this so seriously. So I was like, okay. Delgo 2 would be like trying to come for like Avatar's money.
Right.
So it's like,
well,
okay, so
that's gonna be Delgo 3, don't worry.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Way of Come. I saw the script. So I was like, okay, so
yet,
obviously no, I wrote it. We're good.
Scott,
don't even. Scott, it's on your. It's Scott. It's
I'll
in
check
your
my
mailbox.
email.
Don't even
I'll
worry
check my
about it.
email. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't even worry about it. No. So I look up like
poster.
Yeah, we're gonna. Don't worry.
We're still on this. Don't worry. So I was looking up Delgo logo and I was like, man, this shit is just set in the fucking font that I was gonna use. Fuck. So it's modified a little where they just like squinched a couple of the letters a little and they had that really stupid looking accent mark below the letters. And I was like, well, I'll just crib that. That's easy peasy. And then by this point I was pretty pissed that my goat had already been gotten, so I just drew a really shitty looking 2, slapped everything in a Photoshop and called it a day.
I'm gonna say the level of detail on this is kind of really insane. like we're like,
oh my god,
this is nutty how much you did on this.
Did we just hit the big emboss button, or is this like a?
This is definitely like Photoshop's old school like heavy emboss, but with like a lot of crazy fucking texturing effects that I did.
It's all the Outer Haven effect of your big emboss.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my rank in Metal Gear is actually little gay. So it's the original Delgo logo is like this really stupid, shitty like gravel ground texture thing, and I was like, that's not gonna scan well on phones. We're not scoping for a mobile optical.
Yes.
What are you talking about? So I just made everything bigger, and then that was sort
big.
of
it's quite huge. You gotta zoom in a lot to see like any artifacting.
It's earnestly frightening to hear someone speak in a competent manner about something like this.
Honestly, it's my story with Delgo 2 was Scott put the auditions up, and I thought so hard about sending something in, and I was like, you know what? Scott or Russ is gonna ask me to do the logo for this. And
you called it somehow. I don't know how you did it. Called shot.
I was like, I'm not worried about it. Yeah. And here's just the minimalist Delgo thing. You could scale this pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
Really good as like a footer, like a header accent mark.
Yes.
We get that on like a t-shirt or something?
Yeah, absolutely. We could crew shirt this 1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm.
We're not that worried about it. Like this is good on screens, on print. Yeah.
How will it feel on like a really rough Gildan shirt? Like a really rough, painful Gildan shirt. Do you think it'll be?
Like modern Hanes fabric.
Yeah, exactly.
I was also asked to do the logo for Scott's new production imprint, S3 Productions.
We thought it would be so funny leading into this to come up with like a fake production company that we could like slap on trailers and everything for. I made the I'm with the help of a friend. I did make the like production logo like teaser thing, but we needed a logo first and foremost. So I went to Boo and I'm like, listen, what can you do for S3 Productions? Which does just stand for Scott's Silly Streams LLC.
Scott's Silly Streams.
Scott, I just sent in the voice chat like all the work in progress stuff.
Yes, I'll go pull those up.
I took this so seriously. Like what you guys are about to see is it will make you angry that I spent so much time on this. I like went on the Internet Archive. I cracked out like Japanese like logo production books to like reference this. Like it's Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. My favorite is the chain link Cool S.
Yes, this one
for
is
Scott
really
Silly
funny.
Screams.
That's good.
You can still use that as like a mark somewhere.
This one too, the one that like sort of looks like the Koji Pro one, was also one of my favorites.
Yeah. I sent this in a server full of industry graphic designers without telling them it was for Delgo 2, and they were like, "This is are you like, how much are you charging for this?" And I was like, "They're paying me maybe like $50-$80." Yeah, the Genesis looking one to the third in column 1, absolutely.
Pulling this up so I can see these.
Yeah. Oh man. Damn, I fucking crushed this shit.
These are insane. Like genuinely, these are fucking nuts. Yeah, it took a while for us to figure out which one we wanted, but evidently we landed on.
The
PS2 styled one.
Yes, I got a Jesus Christ from Russ, and I got a Jesus Christ from Scott, which is pretty funny.
Wow, and we're both very religious, so that was a huge.
Yeah, you guys took the Lord's name in vain.
You can tell because
I understood
of how much
that was a
Christ
really
is in Delgo too.
Yes, that was a really intense reaction. I was happy to have you guys break your faith for that.
Well, okay. It is that thing we did say there. It was the first movie to never have politics in it.
Right.
It has zero politics in it. It might inspire politics, but it does have faith.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of faith.
It does.
Yes.
No, it's Delgo 2 is kind of an homage to cinema.
Yes,
That's right.
We needed Dr. Frankie Ian Stein, but we don't need to go into that.
Would you say Delgo 2?
We don't really need to talk about Frankie Ian Stein anymore.
As a faith-based film, would you say Delgo 2 is competing with that animated fucking who's the guy who wrote the Christmas Christmas Carol?
I'd say it's fighting more with like
Jesus
the Passion
movie.
of the Christ too.
Right.
What's the new Passion of the Christ movie called, Scott? Or
The Resurrection
You know,
of the
Alan?
Christ. The Resurrection.
Yes, the Resurrection
and we
of
did,
the
and,
Christ.
and you did tell me
Christ
you tried to
in the
get
hood.
Jim. You tried to get Jim Caviezel in this movie. Too.
Yeah, we were trying to get them in a Discord call.
Yeah, Mel was a no-go.
Mel, we had no idea how to convince Mel to download Discord. It didn't work, but you know,
yeah, it was gonna be really hard.
I'll pull up.
He was into it.
I'll pull up the posters now that Boo made. This one is insane.
I love that one.
Every single time I look at this, I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I showed this to my mom. She didn't get it, but
Awesome.
I
What'd
thought
you
it was really. She was like, "What?"
I thought this was from the first movie. Like, I
No,
thought
this
this was
is-
like a
this
thing
is
you
a-
just ripped from movie 1.
No, I made this.
Can
See, it
you
says
ever
hashtag Delgo 2
feel
at the
like-
bottom.
You
It
should
does.
be doing something more valuable with your time.
I work in the industry. Sorry, I should stress I am an industry graphic designer. I get paid lots of money to do this all the time.
Oh,
this is charity
work. This is
This was the least stupidest project I've worked on this year.
despondent. That's tough.
It's my goal here was for like again, like it's a really like competent but misguided
Right.
application of the Delgo property.
The hyper realistic human looking hand that's just green is so funny. Like you can see the fucking body hair on it and everything. It's so fucking good.
I spent like 20 minutes thinking like, should I like manually like clone layer all of Delgo's like the arm hairs off Delgo? And I was like, no, this is more of like this is like an adult Delgo. Like this guy's going through stuff. I figure like it's
arm hair.
it represents the sea change in Delgo's life when he moves to Los Angeles. I think we communicated that successfully.
Yes.
But yeah, like again, like the super tracked out Herculanum here. My big, not necessarily like my visual muse, was like the Matrix 4 posters that were just that communicated nothing about what the movie actually was.
Exactly.
Because if you watch the Matrix 4, it's like, no, this is not just it's not people in trench coats. It's like this is a beautiful movie about love and kindness, similar to the way Delgo 2 is. It's hard to advertise that, so you need to kind of go back to the basics and reintroduce what makes Delgo Delgo, and it's the fact that he can control the stones.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I'm trying.
No,
I was
absolutely.
trying to pull up one of their posters for reference. It was something like this, right?
Yeah, one of these definitely. Where it's you look at that and you're like, I guess that could happen in a new Matrix movie. It's Delgo could control the stones.
He could control the stones. That's true.
It's the idea. It's like it is certainly suggestive of an ability of something that could happen in the movie.
You also like instinctively knew that we were gonna start using hashtag Delgo too, just on your own.
Well, I mean, like every movie
It's
poster.
an easy thing to do, but yeah.
It's I originally had it as like www.delgo.com, and I was like,
which does still work.
Which does still work, and I was like, oh, that'd be really funny. But like, it's then they might whoever the fuck still owns like the rights to Delgo might be like, hey, this it might change.
Oh, you
it
mean
might
Delgo.
change like how silly.
Yeah,
this
Delgo
get.
owns the rights. I don't want to get
Delgo owns the
too.
rights.
I don't want to get too deep into like the right stuff with like Mark F. Adler, but like there was a real moment because the director of Delgo, Mark F. Adler, has like gone into recluse basically. Well, when it comes to anything in Hollywood, he's basically just like a businessman in Texas now. So it's like, and he's not online at all. So like, if I wanted to contact him about anything related to Delgo, and I do, I basically need to like cold call him. I need to like find his fucking phone number. And I did find like the current business that he and his brother run. And there was a moment there where I'm like, do I call them before Delgo 2 happens to sort of like get their blessing or something? But it's one of those moments where I'm like, this could genuinely risk us actually doing this in some form. So I think I'm gonna not do it. But
So you took the coward's approach, and that's
You
fine.
should have sent him a link to the stream and let him watch it
Get in the
live.
VOD right now.
the vibe I
That's
get,
You wanted a pitch deck? Come hop on Twitch.tv, motherfucker.
the vibe
Check
I
it
get, the vibe I
Scott,
get
you're
is he
right.
wants nothing to do with Delgo anymore.
See if he can get it for a song.
Maybe. Listen,
Seeing
Scott,
out.
maybe.
As somebody who has repeatedly
Ask
advertised
for
without
forgiveness.
getting consent multiple times for companies that do not want to be associated with whatever I'm doing with it, you just gotta ride. If he likes it, he
Right.
likes it. And you get money maybe.
What
and
if
if he
he-
doesn't, then we take it to Twitter.
What if he saw
Right
that
now-
email?
Take it to Twitter. Start talking about like how poorly he treated us.
What if
I've
he
been
thought that you were
personally
like gonna make a like a drop shipping Instagram like what is it online ceramic style like Delgo t-shirts on Instagram?
Man, oh my! Can I please do online ceramics Delgo collab merch, please?
Delgo 2 online ceramics merch. Why not?
That would. I think you
Fucking
really like
Christ.
it's the avatar of it all. It's like the animal kingdom of it all. Like I think you really
Wow.
tapped into that. I think that actually tragically that has legs.
I don't think we're gonna merchandise Delgo 2 for any reason.
Come on,
but
at least a
but
T-shirt.
I do really want to get not just the Orion poster, but also both of Buchanan's posters printed
Wait,
out.
you know what you could make merch of?
Yes,
you know what
this
you
one.
could. You know what you could make merch of?
Yes.
Dark Go and Frankie E. N. Stein.
I can
Whoa.
do it of the original characters. That's for sure.
Oh,
That's
Or
true.
just the
shit.
words I
Scrumbo
control the
t-shirt.
stones.
It's on your Ken Penders type shit.
Dude,
Ooh.
I could. Oh my god! If you made
I
a
think-
T-shirt
we
with
put a-
Scrumbo on it, then I could show it to my parents, and they would be proud of me.
Wait, what if you made a T-shirt, a shirt where it's like a new image of like it's like a kind of off-brand Delgo who's drawn in the modern Ken Pender style and has a bunch of cybernetics for no reason.
Wow.
And we
Oh,
can
yes.
we can put an apostrophe in his name so he's legally distinct from Delgo.
Yes.
It's just staring
Like
off, and there's
Knuckles?
like Cosmos
Might-
behind him. Shit
Now
like
I
that.
have one regret with the script. I think the script is airtight and perfect as is.
It
I am
is.
sad we don't have it. We don't have the equivalent of the soul touch in it. I wish we had the soul touch.
Well, yeah. So I am definitely using for our next movie, Russ, the Laura Sue Chronicles. My copy of that, and that's my reference Bible for the next one.
Okay, gotcha. We'll have a soul touch in Doug's second movie.
Oh, Doug's gonna be
Which has
touching a
been
lot of
confirmed.
souls. Yeah.
Do people know the soul touch? Just real quick,
Yeah, hit me.
in the Knuckles the Echidna comic, I think if somebody touches their like true love, then they have an instant connection and they'll love each other for the rest of their life.
Like Twilight.
except
Right.
except Knuckles' mom and dad, who they have a soul touch and they're still in love forever, but they're also divorced. So you could still get divorced, but still have the soul touch. Anyway, please continue.
Yeah. That happened to me at work one time.
My goal with this one, I was like, those Star Trek 2009 posters really suck. So it's stones on white, Delgo silhouette hidden in like the rightmost stone. See, there
Oh
he
my
is.
god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! I never noticed that. Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh my god!
He was always there.
He was always there. He was
Oh.
watching.
That
that's
is
this
so
one.
weird.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't-
terrible.
This. I can't. I really thought everybody caught that. That's insane.
No.
I
No,
never
not at
saw
all.
that.
Well, hey, were all of you not taking this as seriously as I was?
I guess
I
not.
was taking this deadly seriously. This is my life. This is my art. That's fucking insane. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I was.
It's giving Laura Palmer orb.
You watch your mouth with her name, please.
Yeah.
I'm comparing her to the Great Delgo. They're both
Yes.
they're both beacons of light in this world.
We're Laura
Yes.
as people who have played her theme many times on this stream. We're huge Laura Palmer
I think
appreciators.
we literally referenced Twin Peaks: The Return in Delgo too.
Oh,
Yeah, there is that part.
hey,
Where,
before you do you should do like Patty Mayonnaise's Diary to promote the upcoming Doug sequel.
Ooh.
Yes.
Do any of the three of us have a teenage daughter? Do any of us have teenage daughters to write it for us, like Mark Frost did? Does anybody have a teenage daughter we can message?
Yeah, does anyone have if anyone in the chat has a teenage daughter for us to message, go ahead and
Does anybody
send
else
them our
think-
way.
Get the message out. Russ wants to message your teenage daughter.
When you put it like that, it sounds
In
bad all of a sudden.
contact.
I'm zooming in on the
can I-
face again. Jesus Christ.
I thought
So-
this was so obvious. I
No,
can't
it's
believe.
so subtle. I really missed that.
Yeah, I did too.
That's so cool. It's the one that looks most like his head. There's his big nose. It's awesome.
It's
Where
true.
did
I
you-
need
what-
to know how
did you-
long you were staring to catch this. You looked at it for a really long time.
As soon as Boo pointed it out, I saw the eyes and I'm like, oh my god.
You locked eyes with him.
I locked eyes with Delgo. Felt like getting hit by a truck.
So, as a fellow cast member, I do want to know what what was everybody else's favorite thing that happened in the movie, because I don't remember most of it. To be honest with you, it was 5 hours long.
I remember
It's a
all
lot.
of it. I remember
and I
all
needed
of
to
it.
relive it through people telling me what parts they liked.
Before we jump into that, Boo, thank you so much for the fucking awesome work you did on all of this.
Yes,
This-
thank you.
This really shaped the identity of what we were going for this movie so well.
Thank you. That's the role of the graphic designer, to produce the place where the artist and the consumer meet.
So true.
It's my commissions are open. If you have anything less or more stupid than this, I think I've staked my claim that I will treat your creative project as seriously as I would like a major Hollywood rollout.
We'll probably reach out more formally once we're done with the Doug second movie script. But I have an image of my mind of the Silver Skeeter, Skeeter's character. In the Quail Land.
Silver
But,
Skeeter is an important character in Doug's second movie.
He's so fucking important, and I am imagining him in the Francis Bacon style. That one painting of the guy, the guy screaming.
We're gonna do like a Doug Avengers thing. Is that what we're thinking?
Oh,
here?
Doug is in. I don't want to. I
we
can't.
can't spoil anything. We
Very
can't spoil
good.
anything. We can't
Okay.
spoil anything.
Okay.
Oh no, Jim Jenkins is gonna be furious.
No.
We're not reaching out to Jim Jenkins. Absolutely not.
I think Jim Jenkins might have reached out to us, but we don't need to go in on this.
We do own the Doug second movie URL. We've been camping it for the last about
Oh
decade
my
now. Russ?
god.
Holy shit.
We've just been pointing it to our useless podcast, but now we can point it to an actual movie.
Yes,
So
that was
I
a
need
bit
to
on our
know-
podcast.
How many second movie? How many sequels of movies do you guys
Okay.
own URLs to? There have to be more than one or two.
Oh man, I should have
Okay.
bought Delgo2.com at some point. No,
The-
like the thing about like Doug's second movie as a joke has been a Hogcast joke for like as long as I can remember. Similar to how Delgo 2 has been like a running joke for me. So it was like as soon as like Russ and Alan were like, listen. No, Russ literally messaged me after we finished the script for Delgo 2 and was like, I have an idea for a project next.
Yes. Well, okay. The origin of Doug's second movie was that on an episode of Hogcast, we thought that if we if Alan bought the URL Doug's second movie, that when Disney copyright claimed it to get it back, we'd be the first to know that Doug's second movie was in production.
Exactly.
And
And,
Alan-
and I could hold it ransom for like for thousands and thousands of
I don't
dollars.
think
Yeah,
I didn't think it was the
$45,000.
money.
Well,
I mean, it was the money.
yeah.
It was the hope that the Doug franchise had some sort of life to it. And sadly, I'd say Doug, the kids don't know Doug anymore. If you talk to a
That's
child
right.
these days, Doug is oft forgotten.
There have been multiple
if-
stories about there being a potential reboot about an adult Doug, but it's not happened. I will
Holy
say the
shit.
best part of
Not
Doug's
yet.
second movie to me is the I guess it's the hubris that they made in calling the first one Doug's first movie, because it is also Doug's last movie.
Because you cannot say Delgo2.com is available for $21. You can't say that because now it's about to jump up to $100. It's about to jump up to $400 right now. As soon as you mention it, as soon as you make an inquiry, it's over. It's over. We're already fucked. Delgo2.com is dead to us now.
I will say I'm gonna leak some information. Sorry to Scott and Russ. I know you guys have been working on. I know you guys have been working on Max Keeble's even bigger move for the last couple of years.
Folks,
it's
we are
I don't know if
doing
I can
it
work
in
on that
alliance with the QAE government, the Qatari government, and yes, he's going to be moving to Abu Dhabi. And
Max Keeble's biggest possible move, sponsored by QA.
we're having hijinks at the what is it, Warner Brothers land in Abu Dhabi?
We've been trying.
All these great 5-star hotels.
On
Josh
the
Peck, what do you
side,
want to do? It's spherical.
They've been paying for inline skating lessons for me for a really long time, so we can do the live action Brink 2 movie. I'm really,
Oh
really
fuck! Yeah, wait, that would actually be awesome.
yeah. I'm the only one who had any experience with inline skating, so here I am going 50 miles an hour on the regular. We'll see what happens.
That's hearing Brother Chen talking about for the Ark again. It'd be awesome. Fuck yeah.
So Pseudo brought up earlier. Pseudo wants to know our favorite moments from the movie, mainly because
Yeah.
Pseudo doesn't remember any of them.
Yeah.
My favorite pseudo moment was when you read your full social out loud on the
Okay.
stream. I thought that was super funny, and it really added a lot to your
Oh.
character.
583224622.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Do with that what you will.
I'm about to pull up so much information on you. Anyone,
Oh,
anyone
what, are
else
you
have
gonna
any?
steal my debt? Fuck you.
Anyone else have any favorite moments?
It's tough. It's tough. I think just the general like giant like the whole like thing with the opening with they're in LA and then you cut away from that and it's like, oh, everyone will forget, and then
Right.
suddenly it comes back at the very end. That kind of whole thing was really, really strong. But I also don't want to. It's tough because like literally, I don't want to just be like, I liked my parts the best, but I can't stress enough how much I did enjoy the parts where it was clearly like, oh, this line is meant to be a challenge. This line is meant to be an attack on my soul that I have to read this.
Speak English, yeah.
Yeah, there
Just
were.
the
No, a big part of this is obviously like we want to write stuff that like we find so funny that someone has to read out loud.
like the part
Obviously.
I keep thinking about when you made me just like it basically like I think I get one where you basically just drop any pretense of trying to like craft something around it and you just straight up make me list a bunch of like weird sex shit like for way too long.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is actually a bit of narration. An arrow whizzes right by Dark Go's head, literally exactly like that bullet that almost killed the big orange freak in the White House. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Things
Scott
could have
line,
been
I
so
remember
cool
that.
right now.
Oh wait, another part that's my favorite that I think I talked about after the stream last night when they like couldn't hear us. The fact that the script is full of like my husband and I'm a man, by the way. Like there's so many moments like that, but then also the script is like I'm sick of this woke shit. The complete inconsistency.
The councilman that does sign language and the gay councilman. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole council thing, like
The sign language is so good. Oh my god.
Like
I want someone to animate that.
I wrote the council scene like very straightforward, just like no jokes whatsoever. Then Russ comes in, he's like, I'm gonna get a joke here, I'm gonna get a joke here, I'm gonna get a joke here, I'm gonna get a joke here. I had to stop him and go, listen, this is very funny. I need this to come out seriously, so let's like cut it down the middle where it's like the council are very self-serious. The things that they're doing are clearly evil, but also at the same time they're doing like this weird performative wokeness thing.
Yes. Now like, I'll say this: I made the joke when I was writing a big chunk of Act 1. I did presume it was only going to be about 30 pages long. So I was like, I gotta get as many gags in as I possibly can per minute because we're only going to be doing this for about 20 minutes on one of Scott's regular streams. Mm-hmm. So we did it. Then it became this. So if you're wondering why there are so many jokes packed in, is because we did the length. Anyway,
we both just like threw in like little jokes everywhere we could, basically.
Right.
And we were trying to cut. Okay, very common complaint. A complaint from us as well is that it's too long. It's 200 pages. It's a really long script. You sent this to someone in Hollywood, they would fucking flip you off. But it's like at the same time, when I was like trying to cut stuff down, it's like I specifically don't want to cut anything out that has like extraneous characters, like extras, or like I don't want to, and I don't want to cut out anyone who has like a small role. I don't want to cut out like anything that would minimize like any of like the cool little stuff that happens in it. I specifically want to like cut out stuff that has Delgo in it, and I want to cut out like my narration for the most part. And there's still way too much narration. I feel like we could have cut way more of that out, but there was so much more of the like little asides that just meant fucking nothing and were just jokes that we like are just completely gone now.
I think the narration is a crucial part of it, just because like someone else pointed out in the post stream chat. This is not what happens in like movies and scripts. There's not like all this color commentary.
I know. It's just like a fun writing thing for me. It's like all of it is like what would just be funny for me to say at some point, you know what I mean? What's something like no one expects coming from a narrator to say? Like I think one of my favorite little asides is the one where is it? It's the one where they see Scrumbo and they're like hold on, this is after that.
Oh, the uncomfortable.
Yeah, the part where I'm like they see Scrumbo. Hold on, I have to find it exactly.
Keep going up.
Going up. Yes, yeah. Yes, it's for this.
You can control F cleans up real nice.
Yes. Here we go. Yeah. Philo gestures towards what's clearly Scrumbo in a dress and heels. Scrumbo actually cleaned up kind of nice, looks real sexy, like in a way that would make some people in the audience uncomfortable. We're not saying that we want them to be uncomfortable, it's just that there are people with prejudices that might find this uncomfortable to look at. Not us, though, that's not what we believe.
I also just think the stupid gag of The Rock just has a wig and a face paint. Yeah. I think I missed the detail of it having a face paint on it, and I just pictured just The Rock with a wig on it when this was happening, not even a face. Like
I think that's what Russ put in the visualization. Yeah,
it's just The Rock with a wig. In my head, it looks like. This is gonna make me sound like such a dweeb. Do you remember Strong Bad Emails? The Lappy.
Yes. Oh my god in heaven!
It's Strong Bad. Wait, I love
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it was in my head.
Oh my god.
Russ, do you want to talk about putting together the visualization at all? Like,
I did a
took
bad
on that.
job.
No, you did an awesome job. Like,
Oh, no,
like
a lot of it's out of order, and I don't really know why. And I must have, like, when I was editing it, I might have accidentally moved some slides around by accident. So in the VOD, there are multiple instances of me trying to flick around, trying to find the right image.
that's funny
one
though.
point,
It works.
At one point, I was bending over to grab something that I dropped on the ground, and it hit the keyboard, and it was flicking through and spoiling things coming up. Like, no!
The visualization, that's another one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. That was so good.
That was entirely a Russ thing. Like when I was putting this together, I wasn't even thinking about anything like that. I was thinking maybe soundtrack stuff, but it's like we make so many like dumb references to like
needle drop.
Yeah, needle drops and stuff that it's like one, this isn't
I
gonna
wanted to
fit
do more.
Yes, we should have done more needle drop jokes. This wasn't gonna fit the timing of anything we're doing, and also that's gonna risk taking the stream down. And Russ was like, well, we could do like 64-bit versions of them or something, or like 8-bit versions or something. But it's like that's way too much planning. But just like But I basically just gave Russ like a little window over here. I had him like screen share to me on video, and like just let him put whatever he wanted up in the presentation. And it it like having that extra visual element of it felt so fucking important, because I think like just looking at the screen would have been way drier without it.
Right. It was one of those things where I wanted it to be like the old Adult Swim effect, where it was like, if you saw this on the screen, like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Right. And it works because it's like one of the first things I saw after I was done with the stream. I like went to my regular like group chats, and someone just posted a screenshot from the like doctor scene that just says like young sexually available doctors, and it's like it's so fucking funny just to take a screenshot of.
Yeah,
the pit scene, by the way, very good.
Yeah, we love the pit scene, Scott. That was one of the things that Scott was like, I don't know if we should.
Can't get rid of the pit scene. It's like if we were making a real movie and making real cuts, obviously that's like the first thing to go. But
there's a couple of times where I think me and you were working on the script, and we like the other person would wake up and be like, "What the fuck did Scott add?" or vice versa. And that was definitely one where I'm like, "Okay, Scott at 2 a.m. added a scene where the pit happens."
It's because I was watching the pit. I was like, "This would be real funny to do a pit scene."
It is good. I did crack a smile when I saw Dr. Rocky pop up in the script.
Yeah.
Every single like it was one of those things where it's like we looked at it for so long, and it's like, yeah, I feel like I successfully convinced Russ that this was a good idea.
It's such a long bit, and I didn't know anything about the pit. I just thought it was just a weird, completely random thing. You decide, just like a general parody of like, the sexy doctor medical dramas.
You even got his name wrong, which adds to how great it was for me.
So I want to talk about that a little bit, because Josh Bowerman played Dr. Rocky. Every single person like who is on the cast was either like a friend that me or Russ asked, or like someone who auditioned. Except for Josh. Josh literally posted on Twitter, and I not a mutual with him at all. Don't know him. He's a fucking podcast star. Like he's like probably the most famous person in this cast. Like he just posted on Twitter something, or on Blue Sky something like I'll be in anything. I'll be in literally anything, no questions asked. So I sent him a cold DM that's like, you want to be in Delgo too? And I like gave him the pitch for it, and he's like, yes, this is great. Why not? And now and like he totally came in for it. And then as soon as I did that, I'm like, fuck, we cast all the big characters already. I have to give him like multiple like juicy side roles. So it's like, so at that point there was no way we were gonna cut the hospital scene, because he had to be Dr. Rocky. And like
all the better for it.
And him as Matt Besser too was really funny.
Matt Besser killed.
Yeah,
it's very good.
Everybody was laughing about Matt Besser, an improv guy that people don't know about. It's like, what's this guy have against Matt Besser?
the Matt Besser spot is just. I feel like it's really easy to make fun of him. You know what I mean?
He is very easy to make fun of him.
And I find him funny. I think he's really funny.
Yeah. It's just funny. I mean, okay, all I know about him is that he goes from like improv scene to torment people. So to torment like local improv theaters. So, you know, check him out. He's not in the Penny sketch, but the Penny sketch is pretty funny.
Oh god. I haven't asked Cohab or Vioni how they felt about their characters. Vioni, you stepped up from an extra to play one of the main cast roles as Selvage. How do you feel about that?
I was really stoked. I know everybody's basically said they haven't read the script. When I first got cast, I read every single line for my like 7 extra characters. And when we actually read, I had like 3 of those characters, and I was Selvage, and I didn't read any of those lines.
How did you feel stepping into the do you and Alan have beef now? Because I know Alan was really attached to Selvage.
No. I was really attached, but I think they did a great job. I couldn't hope for anything better. I did, by the way, read all of Selvage's lines and did not read any of Plurnt's lines. So when I went back,
you loved every single time like you would message, like we would message each other. You would say like make some like Selvage joke. You'd say my non-binary ass, and you are non-binary.
Because that is the thing I do say all the time in real life. And I'm like, they wrote this with me in mind, right?
Basically, I actually felt like if Russ wasn't gonna play Frankie, that you were probably gonna be Frankie.
Oh, now you're just stereotyping them as a STEM.
Yeah, that's rude. As both STEM and a homeowner, you can't just make me a...
I thought Russ wrote Frankie for you in mind.
I mean, again, these kind of things are so... We get this all the time in the homeowner and STEM community.
Can I say my inspiration behind Frankie Ian Stein?
Sure.
I'd love to hear it.
It would be. My thought was it'd be really annoying if there was a character that's a Dr. Frankenstein parody in the middle of Scott's serious Game of Thrones script.
I thought it was so funny. Like,
it was great.
That's really annoying.
No. It was actually really perfect because it's like I wrote this incredibly dry scene where Kyla is just like talking to a bunch of council members, and then she's talking to Curran after, and then it's like we need something to break that up, and the perfect thing is like this weird evil scientist and his shitty assistant, and they're just like bickering back and forth.
He was giving Professor Psychotic to me. In like a really great way.
Vioni, anything else you want to say about the Selvage role?
I think that the hardest part about playing Selvage is that every time Selvage talks, a joke has already been said.
Yeah.
And so I'm unmuting like 3 lines ahead, and I'm laughing at like, Delgo said something funny again, and I'm laughing, leaning away from my mic, and it's my turn to speak. And I have to I'm trying so hard to not laugh at the beginning, and I broke at the end of like every single line I read. I don't think I delivered a full line at any point, but I tried my best to pull away. But I was excited that everybody else seemed to be having fun with their lines because I was like, okay, well we can just laugh, we can just have fun.
Yeah,
we could break a line.
I fully expected everyone to break at some point, and like,
I also misread my first line fully.
The only person.
Well, I was absent for mine, so.
Yeah, don't worry, you're fine. The only I was expecting more people to like interrupt, but the only person who kept doing it was Abby, and Abby is fucking hilarious. So of course it's okay. Abby I do want to say real quick, Abby did say that she would not be making it here, and let me find her message. I'm getting laid tonight instead of showing up to this stream. I just wanted to let you all know. Please tell everyone that I was too busy getting laid with a real person to come to the Delgo 2 stream. Please, I need everyone to know this about me. I need this in writing. So, just wanted to let, that's just how fucking Abby is. She's fucking hilarious,
You only got me in this because Abby was doing it. I think Abby's the funniest person on the planet.
She's so fucking good.
I wish Abby were here because fully the first time
she's getting laid,
she runs her baddest bitch line, I was like, I rolled my eyes, I was like, come on, bro. And by the 3rd time, I was like, this is kind of funny. And by the last time, I was like, oh, Abby's classic bit. And I don't know Abby at all. I thought it was so good.
No, it's true.
How often she committed, I was like, this is really good.
So she's gonna The like that like sequence too, the like Kyla and Sedessa like first meeting each other thing. Let me see if let's scroll down more. That's
Abby-
down more.
Abby's role of Sedessa gave me the validation I needed to be disruptive. I was like, this is somebody here has kicked wide the gates of it's time to be funny at the expense of everyone around you. And I was like, this is good. This is time now. I'm gonna take forever on my Scrumbo lines.
Right. The that like start of that line was you know what you know what they call you now, the bitch queen. Well, if I was a bitch, then I must have been the baddest one of them all. I'd like to make you an offer then, bitch. Like that entire thing was written 100% with like the idea of we need like really bad male writers writing women. We need it to sound exactly like that. That's the whole point of that.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Sarah, how'd you feel about having to read that?
Right, about having to what?
Having to read that.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, I didn't know if I didn't know if I was gonna get it right because I feel like my voice is so non-threatening, and no one can take you seriously when you sound like Judge Doom. So I didn't know if I was gonna hit it, but yeah, it was fun. I appreciated it.
It was so funny when you said, "I'd like to make you an offer, then, bitch." Like you really emphasized the bitch. So funny.
Oh, good.
Were you more worried about that line or like the other stuff that you had to read later?
I was very worried about Challengers 2.0.
Yeah.
I was so worried about because like I didn't read the script and I did ask Scott like, okay, is there sexual content here? Because I didn't know how I felt about it. He was like, oh yeah, just a little, but like you don't have to if it's like too uncomfortable or whatever. So
Yeah, I was fully
okay,
prepared to
no,
like completely write out every single sex scene. Like I asked every single person on the cast, like, there are sex scenes in this movie. Are you comfortable with that? Like, if you are around that, is that something you are not going to be okay with? I made sure to ask every single person, is this cool with you?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and like, very, very specifically asking
That's
the people
such
who
a
were involved.
lie. That is such a lie.
Okay,
You didn't ask me
you.
shit.
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask
I
you
didn't
because I
ask
knew
you either.
you.
I don't think Scott.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You manufactured me into
But-
Scrumbo,
Okay, I
you
asked
son of a
all the
bitch.
people. I asked all the people who auditioned. It was
Well,
on the. It was in the rehearsal
Human
thing,
being,
and they.
Judo, you're not a human being.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Scott-
he knows
Scott
I
knows
roll
we're
in the
nasty.
mud.
He knows I'm fucking nasty and
Okay,
You
I
don't
at least.
deserve
That's
human
right.
rights.
I at least asked the people who were involved in the sex scenes, and that's what's important.
True.
Scrumbo only the sex happened off screen for Scrumbo.
Right.
That was very tasteful. Yeah.
But it's like I wanted to
Very
make sure
tasteful.
like the people who are involved in this are comfortable. Like I was 100% fully like ready to cut those out completely if no one wanted to do them. Like full X on anything in the movie. Like it was those and the part at the end where they make Philo do a special salute where I'm like, this is pushing it way too far. This is like
Yeah.
this seems like too far, and like somebody is
I was
gonna need to
laughing
push me
so
on that.
hard.
But
I
people
do want to know more about the Nazi salute Philo thing. What was the genesis of that idea?
What was that, Scott? That wasn't even me.
I feel like
That was
from
me.
Something,
That was
right?
100% me. No, that was me because like the entire thing was like, oh, I have to think of something like really embarrassing for him to do. But it's like if it was just like a sex thing, it's like, wow, we've done so many sex things over and over again. And it's like him saying, oh, Matt Besser saying, what if you did a Philo salute? And Sedessa goes, that could work. That sounded really funny to me in my head. You know what I mean?
You called it a Philo salute.
I
Well,
mean,
it's because
Yeah.
Delgo 2 is such a huge cultural event. We're hoping that it'll replace it and make it something more
Oh,
positive. It'll be
I
the
don't
Philo
know
salute.
that. That's bad for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what if you did a pilot? No. We won't dwell on it anymore. But it was just a thing where it's
Listen,
like
It's like Matt Hardy's delete, okay? It's different.
it's a completely different thing.
It's different thing. It's like the Matt-
He does it like that. It's not his fault that the people in the crowd put their arm up at a different angle, okay?
Wait, let's stop before we lose our listeners or viewers. Okay, let's not go to wrestling anymore.
Yeah, Cohab,
Okay.
what's up? I believe you were next.
Yeah, Cohab played the character of Curran, which was a character from Delgo.
Yeah,
Curran
that
was
was a lot
great.
of weight to carry
We
because
should
if
do-
you Google, Curran's not in the trailer, And
No.
nobody's posting clips from the Delgo movie.
It's so
So
hard to find
trying
anything about
to-
Delgo.
Yeah, trying to I was like, oh, I'll just look up, like, since this is a canon character from the first movie, surely I can find a single clip of Kelly Ripa doing this character. Surely there's one single clip of this character speaking I can find, and not one.
But you had
But
big.
somebody,
you had
I
big
think it
shoes
was
to fill.
Melody, said something about Diablo Cody's Delgo 2, and I have been rotating that in my mind for the last 48 hours. Because it's like, I do think Curran is very much like Kyla's Needy, if Needy
Right.
wasn't the main character of Jennifer's Body.
So
I would almost like to go. Oh,
no,
sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I almost want to go through someday or sometime here and ask like what characters people think were in the first movie and who weren't.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
Anyone in the cast that you think was in the first movie?
Okay,
was
so
convinced.
do you think Delgo was in the first movie?
No.
No. Okay. Delgo was a character. Kyla. Do we think
Yeah.
Kyla was in the first
Yes.
movie? Yes.
Yeah.
Philo.
I
Yes.
fucking wish he wasn't. I wish he wasn't in
Yeah.
that movie. He's such a fucking.
He's a,
By the way, I wanted to say my instruction for drawing Philo was don't do anything special with him. Just do Philo. Don't change anything about him in the poster.
yeah. Sudessa. Sudessa was clearly in the first movie. But do people think
Seems like if their
Clasto was
name
real?
Ends in a vowel. It's like a safe bet that they were in the first movie.
Right.
Wait,
People think
what?
Clasto was in the first movie.
Clasto wasn't in the first
Clasto,
movie?
the wilderness.
The ranger.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
ranger.
wilderness guy.
I assume Clasto was real.
No, he's not. He's 100%
Not really.
fake.
In fact, there.
Pasta was so good.
In
Plasto's
fact,
so
we
good.
had a joke in there that says I can't believe you couldn't be there in the first movie.
Yes. Clasto, I would say, is my favorite part of writing this movie because Scott was like,
can I jump on that? I literally had this idea of like it would be real. Like I genuinely thought it would be so cool if there was like a Lockney character that was like a ranger with a bow and they shot it around and like they were just sick with it all the time. And I go to Russ and I'm like, I have this idea for a character. They're a Lockney Ranger. Their name is Clasto. That's literally all I had, all I wrote. And then like I come back a day later and he's already written like multiple scenes with Clasto in them. And like and this is what Clasto does. Like he's the nature guy. He just fucking tore it up. Did Solon just jump
Grumba.
in?
It was me.
Do we have I believe Solon is also in here. Solon?
Yeah, you both joined at the same time.
No way.
100% yes. We're talking about Clasto, Solon. I think his mic's a little fucked. Well,
okay.
Well, whenever
I'll-
Solon, let us know whenever you want to talk about Clasto.
Okay, I'm gonna finish the super quick quiz. Scrumbo,
Yes.
do we think Scrumbo was in the last movie?
No.
Alas, Scrumbo was
Scrumbo
not
was
there.
in the DS game.
Yeah. He was an NPC you could buy
Yeah,
weapons from, but they
Delgo.
kind of sucked. Do we think
Yeah.
Plurnt was in the last movie?
No.
No.
I
Yeah,
thought
no,
Plurnt
Plurnt-
might have been, but I kind of presumed Plurnt was in the last movie, and then you just made Plurnt non-binary because they only reference Plurnt.
No,
No,
that's
Selvage is
non-binary.
non-binary. Plurnt is the character. Plurnt is played by
Wow.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Plurnt, the thing about
The cool
Plurnt,
spear lady?
No,
Gigardus? You're talking about Gigardus as the spear lady.
Yeah, Gergardus. Was that a Delgo character?
Well, what do you think?
I think they're the daughter of an actual Delgo character.
That's right.
That's true.
yes.
That's true.
Yes.
Bogardus.
But,
Really?
But
That's
was,
the
that
yeah.
Bogardus was the character in the first movie that Geargardus is the daughter of. But was Geargardus in Delgo 1?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, 100% of fabrication. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't have Beatrix in Delgo 1.
Damn. Plurnt wasn't real. Selvage. I think you all can assume Selvage. They are named after jeans. I think there is a line that confirms they were a Jamoran Canadian tuxedo. What did you call it again?
Yeah, the Jamoran equivalent of a Canadian tuxedo.
Oh yeah,
Denim jacket, denim jeans, and a denim binder, which you can't see under their designer shirt.
So I was
Denim
preparing
binder.
preparing an avatar to use for salvage, but then the last minute I had to change it to green Kevin Hart. It was going to be the Thomas Jefferson Hatsune Miku binder, but just jeaned.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Any other characters that we could possibly even maybe launder as from the
Wait,
first
hold
movie?
on.
I didn't.
Was there a narrator in Delgo 1?
There was a narrator in Delgo 1. It was not Bogartis. It was played. Who? Oh my god! I have to look that one up because
Wasn't it only in the intro?
Yes,
It was Peter Dinklage, and then they switched it to Nolan North. And personally, I preferred when Peter Dinklage was the narrator, but I understand why a lot of people prefer Nolan North.
Why am I on Delgo.com? I should be looking on the IMDb, not Delgo.com.
I think the better question is, why aren't you on Delgo.com?
I am on Delgo.com, so.
But the internet was made for one purpose. Right. To be on Delgo.com.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sally Kellerman was the narrator.
Wow. I feel like she only did the genocide narration at the very, very beginning.
That's right. She was in MASH. She was in The Boston Strangler. She was in Back to School.
Is that something we've talked about with the folks who haven't watched the first movie? Is that it literally opens with a 5-minute genocide fan cam?
Basically. I mean, we watched all of it. It was in we watched all.
Oh
of
yeah,
it
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that played in the intermission is just mostly the genocide. Didn't get too much of the plot.
Was Elder Marley in the first movie?
Ooh, yes. I'm gonna say yes.
That's correct. Elder Marley was in the first movie.
That was the one who was like, Sedessa, I was loyal to you, right?
No, that was Gilmore.
No.
Who was Gilmore in the first movie?
Yeah, that's because that's who I was thinking of. Because they say that.
Elder Marley is the spiritual teacher of Delgo.
Now, No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say he actually had I would expect him to be, because I watched Delgo 1 right before this.
He has a big role in Delgo.
Yeah, he does, and then he's just barely in this one.
Yeah,
no spoilers. No spoilers. I still need to see it.
Him and King Zahn, and I believe King Zahn is an important character in the first Delgo, and he has one line in this movie. We were I literally, when we started renting it, I thought that character was dead, and then I realized, oh wait, no, they're still alive. Let's just make sure there's a reason for them to never be around, and that's because they're horribly injured.
Listen, should I answer why this is a sexy movie? Do you want to see a not very sexy old man? Okay, you gotta
find the sex inside the old man.
We should have had old man Yowie between Elder Marley and
open it to the world
and Lord Zahn. Fuck.
All right, last
digging
one.
around in that old man. I'm gonna find that sex.
Was Matt Besser in the first Delgo?
Yes.
Uncredited.
I'll say it with impunity. Yes.
I don't know.
He was not in Delgo. I'm sorry to say.
In his
terrible movie.
spiritual
Cancel
sense, kind of.
It'd be really funny if Dr. Ian Stein was in Delgo this whole time, and Russ just screamed at Russ screamed at the top of his head about this for no reason.
What do you mean?
Well, we showed before there was a similar doctor character named Engineer Prando that I just completely forgot existed. And it's oh yeah, we could have used it.
Instead of having a relationship altering fight on this stream right here.
No, it's okay. Well, me and Russ fight like that, pretty much. We've never done it on stream before. It's just that's that's usually what happens.
Well, okay,
friends.
Yeah. Scott is #mymaster. They're the kind of the comedy expert. This is the one time. It sounds like Boo doesn't follow the stream. But anyway,
I'm aware of Bossman Scott.
Yeah, Bossman Scott, of course. I just feel very strongly about Frankie and his powerful character and kind of the deep characterization. I feel like people are getting a lot of his history and his vibes.
Can I be honest with you? It feels like you care more about Frankie than you do about women, which is what we originally were on about.
Dr.
Yeah,
Mrs.
but-
Beautiful.
Dr.
Oh.
Mrs.
I
Beautiful.
just wanted to.
Hero,
we did a
exclamation
joke. I think
point
that was
COD
the-
does
the
not work
giveaway-
anymore. We're not sponsored by Call of
But
Dragons.
you still have it. You still have it on your widgets.
I do?
Yeah, I scrolled down. I saw
gotta
it.
delete it.
And
I
I'm-
gotta
and
delete
I
it.
wanted
I'm
some of
sorry.
that sweet COD.
It ended today,
gonna make-
okay? It ended today. I haven't picked up a new one. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm sorry.
Where do I get my COD?
We'll get your COD later.
The sponsored messages during
Jesus
the
Christ.
Delgo tour were
Don't
so
like
good.
that. Don't like that.
No, we don't like that. Yeah, that wasn't a joke. That's just my normal sponsor I had running at the time.
Yeah, that was incredibly well put together.
Oh god.
Listen, we want to say Delgo 2 presented by Call of Dragons, the really great game that looked really entertaining. Scott had a friend on. What was the name of your friend that was on the Call of Dragons stream again?
What does
Do you
this game
mean
even look
it was you? You were on it. Oh no, you're right. It was Halfling Russ. That's right. The
Yeah, I
character
couldn't make it
Halfling
that
Russ.
day.
Yeah,
This game, looks
Halfling
like,
Russ
this game
showed
looks like fucking horse shit.
Come on.
up. Well, they're not my sponsor anymore, so you can say whatever you want.
It looks fucking stupid. I hope they paid
We
you
also
a
weren't
lot.
supposed to. Well, you and Halfling Russ weren't supposed to have talk about sex, and Halfling Russ constantly was going on about his sexual endeavors with having random sex with women at the local tavern in the Eastern Hills of the Halflings. But we need to go in on that.
I'll just say, Call of Dragons, not my favorite video game.
What?
What?
Not enough sex.
It's
Not enough
integrity
sex,
is hard to come by these days.
Little, could you channel a little bit of Halfling Russ? I miss Halfling Russ real bad.
I can't because I gotta relive.
I only watched that stream, but I was about to join just to like be some sort of, I don't know, like an evil gnome or something to Halfling Russ. But Halfling Russ, I feel the same way about Halfling Russ that you do about Frankie and Stein, Scott.
Very
he's like-
derivative, just like, you know.
What do you mean? No, take that back.
Let's you hopped in, Solon, right when we were talking about Clasto. Solon, tell me about your Clasto experience, because I know you went through it a little bit with Clasto.
Halfway through or I guess a quarter of the way through the script, I started to notice, oh, I'm not in this after the second act.
I have to zoom in on.
I'm actually.
Are you Michael? Are you green Michael Cera?
Yeah, I'm dressed up for the role. It's a movie premiere.
This is the best day of my life.
I was. This is my Delgo Sona.
We got 2 Delsonas.
I think Michael Cera as a Lockney would be like Sarah.
Like the wine.
Oh, okay.
Not Ciroc, not like the celebrity vodka that Jay-Z. Is Jay-Z behind Ciroc?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Alan. You were the person I was hoping would answer that.
Yeah, there was a little green Michael Cera the entire production.
I didn't know who that was.
I didn't know who that was. I didn't know it was you doing it. I didn't know. Like, I thought I like zoomed out. I thought it was just like some fancy guy. I thought like it was maybe like not George Clooney, but like, you know, someone along those lines. And it's like I didn't pay that much attention because I was so focused on the script, but I saw it and it's like it registered a little bit to me as Michael Cera, and I thought to myself, there's no way in the world someone has made green Michael Cera as their Fugi, and I moved on with the thought and never thought about it again.
I would say Michael Cera's like the quirky white boy equivalent of George Clooney.
That's true.
I just needed
The whole
to get a
goal
closer
was
look at it.
going into the Clasto role. I was looking to do a Patrick Warburton, and so I
Right.
was like, all right, I need to be like the toughest looking guy that I can. And so I was looking for my Delgo Sona actor, and then I saw Michael Cera and I was like, what does adult Michael Cera look like now? And I saw the bearded mustache, and I was like, this is Clasto's voice actor. This is exactly it.
There is something funny about like Michael Cera as Clasto, because they're very different. Like now I'm picturing Michael Cera doing the Michael Cera voice, and he's just kind of like, Yeah, I've
They
been,
don't-
to the,
Evans
I've been to the wilds. You know what I mean?
It would have to be kind of like his Twin Peaks: The Return role, is how I
Right.
imagine that. Yeah.
I used to be in the wilds.
Talking
The
about the
best thing
Caucasian
he's ever
mountains.
done. I'm so happy he did that. Like that's my
It's
favorite
so
role of
sick.
his.
I
It's
cherish
awesome.
it.
I love when like Lucy pulls up like the little childhood picture and it's Michael Cera's face photoshopped really terribly onto a baby and it looks
Beautiful.
awesome.
That scene was actually that kind of is a Delgo 2 type scene that happens with
It
Sarah.
actually is. The script would
It's
mention
Delgo
like
2
it's
esque.
photoshopped really well, but not actually that well, just to like make sure it would be very. It would clarify lots.
He's
about the
dressed
tone.
exactly like Marlon Brando. Yeah.
So, Solon, in your best Michael Cera, can you read this line?
I admit it's been a whole 8 moon cycles since I've had my wild beast in anything other than my offhand. Maybe Clasto can cut loose tonight.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
what was
yeah,
the
yeah.
what was the
No
Clasto
problem.
experience like for you?
The Clasto experience was like, holy shit, my name is mentioned a lot in this, and I'm looking through the whole thing, and I realize I'm mentioned like 100 times in the script, and I have 10 lines.
You have like 30
It's
lines. You have like 30 lines. That's a good amount of lines compared to what other people had.
And
The extras,
Oh, no,
a lot
I'm not-
of the extras didn't have 30 lines. Let me tell you.
No, not complaining in any way about that. I just realized, like, oh, this character's being used for, like, very specific motivating the protagonist purposes.
Listen,
I just-
in an early iteration of the script, as soon as Darko appears in the scene where where Clasto is confronting Kyla, he dies immediately. Like Darko just kills him in one hit. So
Oh no.
I went back and wrote an entire fight scene to make sure Clasto gets his moment.
I'm so
I
glad you
love
did
that.
So listen, I love Clasto. Clasto is really important to me.
There's a lot of characters that I feel like I was very unkind to or died horrific deaths, and Scott was like, "No."
We have to
will.
welcome it back.
I think Plurnt got their neck ripped out by Darko at one point, like
Yeah,
their throat.
I unwrote
their
Flirt
windpipe
getting
crushed.
killed. Yeah,
I would have
Yeah.
preferred that actually. I think it would be cool.
you didn't want to do the Type 5 scene.
No. The Type 5 scene is important because ultimately the message of the film is that comedians are the real truth
Comedians
tellers.
are the real truth.
We have to
tellers.
have that scene, but if he died afterwards, I'd be like, okay. He did his role. You know, he had to tell about truth tellers.
Okay, a big thing when writing Flirt is like throughout the entire movie, like we didn't want him to like tell a joke once. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like he's like
Doesn't
kind
say
of
it.
funny sometimes, and he doesn't like actually tell a joke at all.
You could only really get Kevin Hart there for like maybe like 30 minutes on a day.
But then it's like, it's like, because everyone else sort of gets their hero moments. Like, I wanted Plurnt's hero moment to be like, okay, he finally gets his material out there, and people really like it. Even though it's like, how did you feel about the Plurnt material? Because I felt like you did it. You had a good delivery.
No, I think the Plurnt material, it felt like exactly like middle of the road. Like this is the kind of thing I would expect in like a kids movie from
exactly.
Yeah, and that was perfect. I think my favorite part of it is the conversation with Selvage before.
Yeah.
Where Selvage I kind of wish there was a line in there that says Selvage turns to the camera and comedians are the real truth tellers. Like that's I wanted it to be a little bit slightly more scrumbo.
They do
like,
say
was the
it
hardest-
here.
What the fuck?
That's the hardest to deliver line I gave,
It's beautiful.
and
though.
I truly gave it my all.
Oh, you did. You nailed it. It was just one of those things where it's like yeah, that's like the looking at the audience to tell them this is the message of the film. Actually,
Right.
It's the moment I wish there was a webcam on me so I could look at the audience.
yeah,
It's-
direct eye contact.
Also, a big part of that scene was like Selvage also needed to get their moment too, and like the like funniest possible moment we could like we thought it was like, what if Selvage explains being trans to Plurt? You know what I mean?
That was so cool.
It's like yeah, of course your name isn't fake. Your name is what you are because that's who you are, and also you're a comedian, and truth tellers are important. And it's like
it. Yeah,
it's
two
also like
themes.
yeah.
It's
No,
two
go
themes that don't have anything to do with the rest of the movie, but it's like it's very important we get them out here right now so we
Right.
can communicate the whatever ideological message this movie's trying to do.
Right.
I like that because the seemingly the politics of the narrator and everything in the movie kind of goes all over the place and makes it seem like it was dragged out over the course of like a decade, like Delgo 1 was, where the political like we wrote some of this in 2016 when like Me Too was happening, and now
Right.
like Trump's back in office, so we got to make it anti-woke. Like, oh
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was never consciously a part of it, but that does feel very Delgo to be confused and take too long to come out and tonally be in a place it shouldn't be.
Like Selvage to me always struck me as like a character that like somebody in like 2018 was like, hold on a second. There's something happening for the first time ever.
So
It's never
let's
been
look
happening
at-
before. Yeah.
I have never done this before. 2008 animated films. What came out the same year as Delgo? Ponyo and Wall-E.
Jesus.
So if you're kind of wondering, like
trifecta.
Whew.
the first Kung Fu Panda, the Sky Crawlers. So that was kind of the competition that Delgo was facing. Do you understand?
Right.
It did its
Delgo,
best.
we've
Got some
talked
good
about
hits
this.
in.
I don't think Delgo would have ever been a hit. It probably would have always lost money, but I do feel like people would have been more impressed by it if it came out when it was supposed to, like 2005 or 2004, right?
When the
Mhm.
animation looked
People
less
would have been
embarrassing.
impressed. Yeah, I mean, people were impressed with fucking Jimmy Neutron.
I
So
think if Ponyo came out just like a week later, it would have like doubled its budget.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think if it came out around Shrek time? What would like? What would,
Well, I think Delgo would have helped we heal the wounds of 9/11. That's all I'll say.
you can't argue that.
Thing that Shrek caused the
Yeah.
wounds of 9/11.
Actually, I think Shrek was a little. No, when did Shrek come out?
Jesus.
Shrek
You're
came
gonna,
out
you're
in
gonna love
2000
this. You're gonna love
I
this,
think it was
Russ.
2001. Yeah.
I
Cohab,
think
would
Shrek
you give
was
us the fun
the
fact about
May
our film
18th.
date?
It was May 18th,
Okay.
2001. When
So
Yay!
Shrek caused
Same
the
day it was
accident to
recorded.
happen later that year.
That was the in-flight movie on the
Yeah, we recorded Delgo 2 on the 24th birthday.
Oh my
So
god.
fucking-
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's huge. I didn't even like think of that at all.
You were talking about.
I
it beforehand.
literally mentioned it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
He was preoccupied.
Whatever. Everyone's mad at me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Everyone is so
through
mean to me.
kindness,
Travesty.
My voice doesn't carry up to Scott's ears, and he can't hear me.
Well-
Littlest Cohab, so true.
It's true. You are just so tiny. You're 3 apples tall. Speaking of, one of like my regrets in this, when it comes to the Delgo 2 script is like the Curran character is way too small, and I think like a big part of it is like as soon as Gear Gardis gets introduced, she basically takes like all of the stuff that Curran would have possibly done, but it's like. But they're completely different characters. You know what I mean? It's just they fill the same roles. So it's like you can't really
there wasn't
like
really a place for Curran.
yeah.
I think after the time that she was there, and I
Mhm.
think even that was like, this is stretching it out to give me some lines.
A little
to give
bit,
me
yeah.
something to read.
There was a little bit more. There was a little bit that I added like a little bit later into it than like I just want more Curran stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like that was one of the characters that I wish we expanded more upon. And Curran does make it back to the end at the end of Jamor. So maybe we'll see Curran in Delgo 2.5.
Is there going to be a 2.5?
Oh.
We'll see. We're still talking about it.
We'll
We're-
see.
we're-
All right.
We're talking about Delgo 2.8 final chapter prologue. Let's
Basically,
get ready, folks.
A fragmentary passage.
Yes.
Dream drop.
Delgo 358 over 2 days. Yes.
we will see.
Dream drop Delgo.
We will see Curran in Doug
Dream
2.
drop Delgo.
I don't think we're going to see Curran in Doug's second movie, but technically, who knows? Maybe the characters that wind up in LA, maybe they get to Bluffington. We'll
I
see.
want Curran
We'll
in
see.
everything. I will strike. Curran needs to be in everything.
So one of the things we talk, so like we have an idea for Delgo 3, and if we're gonna do Delgo 3, it's probably gonna be similar to this. But like one of the other ideas I had was like, we should do like a tabletop like one-shot thing set in the world of Delgo, and like that would be like what happens to like the characters in the world of Delgo, like still in that world after the ramifications of Delgo 2, where like all of the leaders of the world are now gone and there's like a massive power vacuum, and like
I want to live in this world forever.
when we were playing Fortnite yesterday and I volunteered to DM that game, I want you to know it was under the duress of me being so stoned playing Fortnite that I didn't take it seriously. And now you've announced it.
You
don't have
I
to-
did
like,
hold out
no,
a
this
piece
is-
of paper, and you did sign it. I
did
did
sign
fax
it.
you a piece of paper. Legally, you have to follow it if you sign a piece of paper.
No, listen, this is still like a thing in planning. Like, you know what I mean? This is an idea I had that like I still haven't totally figured out the specifics of. Because we did Delgo 2 fucking 2 days ago. Okay? I'm still working on stuff, okay? Get off my ass! Everyone's mad at me.
Do you think people would play the characters that they played in the movie, and and just sort of like expand in an improv sense on that, or do you think in this theoretical, it would be like everyone's like new, fresh takes, new characters brought to Jamora?
Yeah, my idea was like a new cast of characters comes up, and it's like some of the older cast like who are still around there, like they'd probably show up as like NPC. You know, what I
we
mean?
could bring our Delgo season to the game.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
still figuring that out. Delgo 2.5 probably going to be a thing that happens in the relative near future. We'll see.
Will they put bugs?
Have you
in
thought
the
about the
dialogue?
Doug Delgo crossover? Like it's Wolverine and Deadpool?
We don't. Our IPs are
Mhm.
not. I don't want to say they're not going to cross over, but we're not planning on crossing them over at this time. Okay?
They're gonna cross over. They're gonna cross
Doug
over.
X Delgo with garter belt.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
It will.
Okay. Anything like we haven't really covered when it comes to Delgo 2? Gambi, you played an extra. What was the role of being an extra for you?
Me? What do you mean?
Yeah, what was the experience of being an extra in Delgo 2 like for you?
Was Delgo nice on set?
Yeah, did you like working with him?
Yes, he was very nice. He brought me. He was nice enough to bring me coffee.
People?
He
Oh my
brought the
god.
hot
See there?
brown.
People in Hollywood are so fucking vain sometimes, and we're
I
so
know.
lucky we got to work with Delgo. He was such a nice guy.
Such
It's
a
so
great
rare
guy.
to have that.
That's the thing. So
What-
like Delgo tapped me and Russ. Well, actually, like, so I've been working as Delgo's social media manager for a really long time, and like me and Russ like started throwing some ideas around for Delgo 2, and like I threw it over to him. I sent him a text. He took like 3 weeks to respond, like he normally does, and then like
Small fingers.
He's a busy guy. He's got a lot going on. And then as soon as we told him, listen, we have a script. He initially sent me a response that says, "You don't have fucking anything. This is not your business. Don't even fucking." And then we shot him some of the ideas, and he was like, "Okay, send it my way. I'll punch it up. Let me work. Let me take a look at it. Let me take a pass." And then he did. He gave us extensive notes, made sure the lore was accurate, made sure everything was on point, and then like we did a second pass on it, sent it back to him, and he was like, "This is real. This is real. Delgo 2 is real.
Yep.
It's finally happening."
We implied a lot of the sex
Very nice.
scenes, and he was like, "No, Delgo 1 flopped for a reason, and we need to show that sex is a part of life and it can be beautiful."
He wanted explicit. He wanted like very explicit sex scenes.
You know,
Sounds like he was a pervert.
I think the script does a good
What?
job of showing
No.
all the types of sex. You've got like
It's
full
true.
on like you
If you
open with like
if you could list the different types of sex off.
okay, normal, drugs during, freaky, tasteful,
Was there
offshoot of tasteful, outright censored a little bit, but not
The
in
most
a like
beautiful kind, the most beautiful kind post-wedding sex.
post wedding.
You all are supposed to laugh at that.
Son on father. There's
There is son on father clone True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
you don't
do
get
wanna-
that one that often.
We do want
Yeah.
to emphasize
Threesome.
that Darko was a clone, okay? Darko is a clone. It's not real. It's all fiction.
Melanie said-
Well,
I like that you wait to. That's the detail of the script I love is that he's a you keep like you basically keep saying like, yeah, he's a clone, I'm you but better. Then they have sex and then they start saying you're my son.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
They never talk about the sex ever.
Well, have you had a clone before? Have you had a clone before?
Yeah.
Kara?
No, I haven't had normal sex yet. No.
Well, they
so-
did.
That's what makes
Only
it
weird
Well,
stuff.
well, you know what? We're fixing that tonight, Caro. We're getting you laid.
Somebody you put a pot in my house.
By the way, Philo fuck a
That's
fan.
out of me.
Philo fuck a fan contest.
Oh, you know
Well, rest
Philo
in
is
peace.
doing.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Philo. Okay,
I will-
so
I-
Sorry, Philo.
Yeah.
I want to talk about
R.I.P.
the Challenger scene for a second.
oh my god, and Helen.
This is a real thing. So like I knew from the jump I wanted to do a Challenger scene, and when I first started talking about it, I'm like, okay, we're gonna have Delgo and Philo together with
I
Kyla.
just really quick. I'm so
my
glad
God,
we're doing
you're
this now
gonna-
that my parents are in the next room right now, so we can talk about it. Go ahead.
I'll just say, as much as I keep harping on how much I love the challenge that you've given me and how bad it is, I'm glad that was changed and it wasn't me in there.
This was like right around.
I would have done it though.
This is around the same time that we introduced Darko like into the script. And so it's like as soon as I message Russ and I'm like, we need to have Delgo and Philo doing a Challenger scene with Kyla, Russ butts in and he's like, no. Delgo and Darko.
I did that. I don't
You did that.
remember
You
doing that.
suggested that. You suggested
credit for it,
Delgo and Darko.
I don't remember this at all.
But before you had Darko, did you have like an antagonist and a main arc in mind, like a different one?
Darko was entirely Russ's idea.
Well, basically, what happened is that you had Delgo at the beginning getting his dick sucked with cocaine on it.
Yeah,
And I said that just doesn't feel like Delgo. I feel like we should have an evil version of Delgo.
especially for how he says, "I don't give a fuck what you think" or whatever. He gets like really aggressive in that opening. It's a weird way to start a movie.
I think more movies need to start that way.
I would watch a lot more movies if they had that.
The main character just saying like, "I'm fucking better than you. I'm better than you've
Yeah,
ever
okay.
been.
It's like
I don't give a
I
fuck
said
what you
of
think
Lightning
about me."
McQueen.
Wanted.
Yeah, the only other movie I can think of that does that was Megalopolis. I'm not joking.
That's true.
And some people really like that movie, kind of like how some people really like Delgo too.
Yeah,
But,
some people really like Delgo too, which is really cool.
I
It would have
did
been so
want
great if we
to.
could have got John Voight.
Here, I'll start the poll. Do you like Megalopolis or
Delgo
Delgo
2
2 more?
Let's get that.
I'd never heard of challengers until it was mentioned in this script, and I had to like,
Really?
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We need to do a challengers watch then.
Exactly. Then you'll finally understand what Delgo 2
Whoa,
is about.
Challengers too. Think
I'm
about
guessing a lady fucks
Challengers?
twins or clones.
It's got an evil Fujoshi in it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Someone in the chat when the Challenger scene came up said about Kyla, she's Fujoing out, and I lost it so hard reading that. Oh my god.
Also, I feel like a big inspiration of Darko is like, okay, I want to make Delgo. Delgo was the original writers of the first Delgo is like, okay, he's like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker combined into one.
But he's also
I was
really
like, Darko has
incompetent,
to-
is the thing. He's like not good at
Yes.
anything. He can't really fight anyone. He does like a bunch of like weird drop kicks, but that's about it. His weapon sucks. It's like a tiny little hammer that has like the little thing on it, and he keeps trying to hit people with it, and it does nothing to them. He does that multiple times.
I think it's
Until
supposed
he
to be
controls
there's
the stone.
always, like, yeah, he does control stones. I feel like animators are always like, oh, it's non-violent, and he doesn't use a sword. He uses a tool, a tool that the working man uses, and it's never cool. Darko is supposed to be a combination of everything like a 15-year-old would think is cool.
Yeah.
So he has a gold tooth and leather pants and what is it, like a vest and he vapes and has an eye patch. So I
Right.
don't know.
It was giving like Jack and Daxter 2, you know, when there was an evil.
Yes!
I'm gonna kill Praxis.
The Dark
Exactly.
Stones.
Yes.
So like how
Darko,
no, please go ahead.
Darko was genuinely my favorite character. The delivery, just nobody was putting their whole shit into it like Max was.
Max, a fucking
Uh,
insanely good voice actor.
Max, every time Darko started saying something, I'm like, I'm paying attention, man. I'm listening. I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I was
zoning out. I'm
leaned
here
forward
again.
in my chair.
You commanded me with your voice. Yeah, 100%.
Also, yeah, I also forgot. There's a lot of Liquid Snake in Darko too.
Islam.
And a lot of Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Sephiroth. I guess he's kind of a combination of Sephiroth and Liquid Snake.
You do mention
Shadow the Hedgehog.
You do mention One-Winged Angel, and also he uses the katanas all the time.
Right.
There was another reference too. I forgot what it was, but there were several Final Fantasy references.
So Darko is a little bit of a point of a contention between me and Russ, because it's like we kind of had like very different ideas for what this character was, and like a whole bunch of different points. And there was one point where it's like I wrote the big fight, the Dragalia Lost fight scene, and Russ went in to do punch up, and he added like so many extra details that were all stuff like, and they got like even more epic, and their shit like went like fired off even crazier, and I'm like, no, it ramps up. You have to let it build up. It'll work. Right. I had to like walk that back, but it's like at one point, like when Darko does like the descending down on them, he literally has like the one wing, and it's like he's got like a fucking trench coat, and he's like, you know, he literally just looks like Sephiroth and everything. Yeah. And it's like I have to walk that back. That's too much. That's literally too much.
You should have had him turn into like a big fucking wall monster, like every Final Fantasy boss.
Right.
Yeah.
They should start playing.
Fighting the set.
We should have just started playing Genova and just start having people having Scott rock out to it.
You should have had a Genova type like mom for him, like a weird monster that's like, why isn't this the main antagonist?
He has the Mother Rock. Yeah.
The Mother Rock should have you should have done that, like played into that like Final Fantasy VII, like inexplicably there's like 3 things that each could have been the single main antagonist, but they did them all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we have ideas for Delgo 3. We'll get to like what we were doing there, I think. No, we had
only played Final Fantasy voice. I'm getting Final Fantasy vibes from Delgo 2.
Hey, I've been playing Claire Obscure, okay? Come on.
You need to defeat Darko and go to LA and do their whole thing and be like, our adventure's finally over, and then like a guy shows up that's like, I am the manifestation of death. I've been summoned by your final battle. Also fight me now.
Frankie.
Delgo finally gets to the other dungeon, and then X-Death climbs out of his inventory, and he's like, "Behold the void."
So I did actually have an idea for the ending that oh, BB. Hi.
I thought that was a tentacle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I had an idea for the ending that like. So it would end in the same exact spot where Delgo and Kyla and Cleo are all walking down the street together. They see the kid pick up the Blu-ray of Delgo and go, "Wow, this is so cool. Can I buy this?" And then the mom goes, "Yeah, of course, honey." And Delgo has his moment where he's like, "Oh, yes, like this is my life can actually be good now." And then what would happen right after that is someone with like John Lennon style like try and walk up and with a gun and assassinate him on the street, and then right from off screen like a big a gumball would come and hit him in the head, and then we pan over and we see it's Philo with his slingshot, because that's exactly how Delgo 1 ends. Someone tries to kill Delgo, and Philo saves him at the last second. And I wanted to do that again.
I thought you were going to say someone runs up and assassinates the kid.
No, come on. Also, I do want to say, Scott has not seen not listened to episodes 1 Pixar Soda, which I thought the kid picking up the DVD was a specific reference to that.
Oh yeah,
but no,
I got Soda.
I haven't listened to Pixar Soda. I'm gonna at some point.
I feel like Delgo 2 has a lot of DNA there, even though you haven't heard. I don't think I made any specific references, but I was thinking a lot about that structure.
Yeah, you definitely gave some energy of that in there. Have we talked about the post credit scene?
No, let's talk about it.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, obviously it's doing the Metal Gear Solid like Call
Right.
with Ocelot thing. But what was up with the Demon Souls reference with Obama?
Oh,
I guess you'll just have to find out in Delgo 3.
Yes. You might have to check some web pages like the cutting room floor about Bloodborne.
Vati, please make a Delgo video.
Oh my god, Vati, the
lore.
lore.
I
Oh
can't.
my god, the lore.
I can't wait to fight False King Obama.
I think that's what this game has
Philo
to
the
be, Scott. It's
vacuous
gotta,
character.
this needs to be this game. The game. It's
Delgo
got to be
meets
like
the
a Souls.
monumental.
Wait, did I get that joke right? Philo the vacuous character. Is that right?
That would work.
Yeah, no, Barack Obama
Anyway.
says Umbasa at the end, yeah. Yeah, that's like, so there, like, I remember Russ being like, there should be like a direct reference to Bloodborne for some reason. and I'm like, hold on, let's take it like an extra step. There's cut content in Bloodborne where Father Gascoigne says Umbasa, which is what they say in Demon Souls, is like the
Yes.
prayer to like the old ones. And it's like, that would be so funny if he just
I
says
think
that
it was
right
a-
at the end of the movie.
I think it was a mean joke to Scott because the joke being that they will never make a Bloodborne 2.
Right.
How they'll never make a Delgo 2. But you took it in stride. So.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was a really funny
it
idea.
is funny. You yes-handed it. It was just one of those things where I think I was being mean in a way that, like, yeah, they're never going to make Bloodborne 2. Hey, we got Dusk Bloods. Shouts out to the Dusk Bloods.
Hey, we've got Dusk Bloods. That's coming on the Switch too. Which I will. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play that. I don't want to. I guess it's okay. They're supposed to be sending me code for Night Raid. I'm gonna do a
Where's it
review,
come out?
Oh.
but I don't know if they're sending it before or after the game actually comes out. They haven't told me yet.
Can I just express that when we hit the end at the end of things, and then you said, "Wait, there's an after credit scene," I went through all 5 stages of grief like in an instant.
There was
Why? What's
40 stretches of pages, and then like because I actually at one point messaged you, or maybe I didn't message you. I was just like it's like psionically trying to reach out to you because when Clasto died, and it was like, okay, that's it for Clasto. It's curtains closed, and like during intermission you mentioned that, and I was like, oh yeah, oh man, I feel you. It's like I'm gonna be here for the rest of this, but I don't think I have anything else either. And then I like went down. I was like, oh wait, there's like 2 more. There's like 3 or 4 more things here. And one of them was like, we stopped at page 101, and then it was like Scrumbo has a voice line at page 140, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm around. And we get there, and I jump into a portal. And that's it. And I was like, well, what the fuck is possible?
Scrumbo's the mysterious character that's been around the entire time, like keeping an eye on everything. That's sort of the implication.
The gap between, like, Scrumbo clings to being relevant in the story like a fucking disease. It is absurd. It was like one line, and then like at the very end, it was like literally like spans of 80 pages where it was like, I'm gonna play Total War in the background, I guess.
Well, you have to forget Scrumbo exists, because when they show up again, that's when it fucking hits you. Like, oh my god, Scrumbo was this the whole time.
It was fun for me, and that's all I care about. So
yeah, you played so much Total War.
I'm trying to think of all the characters that got named because I was like, what's an annoying word? And Scrumbo is very annoying to say.
Hard to disagree.
People love Scrumbo. Hey, Scrumbo's a marketable character now. Now the name's good.
True.
So
the Scrumbo plushies are gonna sell like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What does Scrumbo
We need
look
t-shirts. We need plushies. Yeah.
Literally, there's no visualization at all that exists about what Scrumbo looks
We know
like.
about the Bugs Bunny in a dress kind of outfit. That's like with the anime figure we need to.
Yeah, we do know that that Scrumbo is kind of slim thick or something.
There's more visualization for Scrumbo than there is for Plurt or Selvage, okay?
Did you guys watch Titan AE?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I'm
years ago.
I'm picturing the little I'm picturing the little turtle doc. I don't know why, but just like him like hunched over, like scuttling around. I have no idea. That's what's in my brain for Scrumbo.
I envisioned in my head like the little shrimp, kind of, because I don't know what the people in Delgo look like at all. Like every time you show me an image, I'm like, I didn't know they could come that way. That's crazy. And so in
They
my
come
head, I
along.
was like, okay, it's like a gray-skinned, like nasty guy, and he looks kind of like the shrimp character from Happy Friends or Smiling Friends or whatever. Like that was it. I was like, that's the entire basis of his character. Now,
I was
to
imagining
me.
like like in a cartoon, like when they do a Peter Lorre parody, like the
Yes.
I was imagining that.
100%.
Yeah, I was imagining Peter Lorre, and then when we got Stoner Peter Lorre, I was like, okay. That was
Just a
I was thinking
little.
about those little guys from Van Helsing.
That too.
I was picturing like a little, just like
Oh.
goblin, like wide ears going out to the side and hanging down.
Yeah.
Just like real short.
It definitely felt like some sort of goblinoid creature, for sure.
And I mean, I guess in the canon, there are the
God.
there are the goblinoid race guys that we
Forgot
Yeah,
this
no,
fucking
that's what I
piece of
said
shit.
earlier. Is like he is one of the goblin guys in that. Like that's the visual reference for Scrumbo.
Get
I
this
do
out
think
of
it's
here.
this
don't like
turtle
this.
character as a visual reference is really good to imagine having to watch Darko and Kyla fuck against his will. I think it's
What?
really funny to be in the cuck chair and look like that.
I didn't want to say outright Scrumbo is getting cucked right now, but I did want to imply it.
I appreciate restraint is the one thing I think you demonstrated throughout the entirety of the script.
It's something,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's a very restrained trip. It's one of those things where it's like, it's funnier if it's left unsaid and people just imagine that's what's happening. You know what I mean? I do want to say, there is like a like when it comes to all the characters, there is actually methodology between like how they're named. Like obviously some shit is like stuff we just came up with. Frankie E. Enstein is just like some shit Russ came up with already or whatever.
Which you want to cut so bad. You want to get rid of it so bad.
I think like when we do the Blu-ray, I think when we do the Blu-ray cut, the director's cut, we can.
You're gonna replace it with Dr. Mrs. Beautiful.
Oh my god, a beautiful doctor named Dr. Mrs. Beautiful. Ooh. Scrumbo is definitely like just a random weird name, but it's like it fits in with like Spig and Spog from the first movie. It's like it's something dumb like these kind of characters should be. When we named all the Lockney characters, we actually did have a naming scheme for them. Every single Lockney character has 6 letters, and it ends on a vowel. 5 to 6 letters, or no, up to 6 letters ends on a vowel. And it's like when we had a character named Plurnt, obviously, who's a Lockney, and it's like I don't want to change the name Plurnt, but what if the reveal is that his name actually does fit that scheme?
Holy shit!
The lore,
Yeah.
the lore.
The lore.
Yes.
Ooh, the lore.
Norrin characters just have like multi-vowel names that are just like weird and absurd, like Bogardus, Corin, like stuff like that. Like you can just basically name them whatever as long as it's not like one syllable and it sounds ridiculous. Like you can
Yeah, they
name
got
them
elven
basically whatever you
names.
want. Basically, yeah. But like Homestuck, come on, fuck off. Hey,
Wait, who's the home?
Come on!
Who's the Homestuck person?
I think they were saying that about
Scott.
Lockney names.
Oh, come on. Vriska's
now-
not here.
Now, if we
Pet
could
is
assign-
not
Vriska,
here.
but Vriska would count as a Lockney name.
That's true.
Can we go through the cast list and give everybody the troll blood types or whatever?
Oh, come on. We're gonna move on.
We have to do. We have 10 minutes left
Yeah,
of
we have
this
like 10
stream. We
minutes
cannot. We can't. It's to get one of like the Alternian like blood and like sign
Okay,
and cast
I have the question
systems
that's
on
gonna
a one
close us
Delgo
out.
character.
Please,
Okay.
Russ.
Okay, so we got to do it. Who's your wood? Your wood on the Delgo 2 cast.
Sedessa's out of the rank.
Sedessa.
Sedessa.
We're all gonna say
Sedessa.
we're all gonna say Sedessa, so you
Yeah.
can't. Let's put that. She's in like the Hall of Fame.
This
Okay.
this might be
Okay,
a good.
not counting
this-
Sedessa. Not counting Sedessa.
Oh, we've got a Dr. Rock.
So
Oh.
says Dr. Rocky, yes.
Dr.
yeah.
Rocky.
Dr. Oh my god, Dr. Rocky is really hot.
Dr. Rocky. Mhm.
I don't know if now's a good time to mention this. Philo made a couple of passes to me on set by saying, "Do you want to have sex with somebody who is almost on Drink Champs?" and I wasn't really sure.
Listen, he's just being funny. Let's remember him in a positive light, okay? We don't need to bring up any of his,
I don't know if I really wanted. I'm sorry for bringing it up. I didn't want to sour the mood.
Listen,
He's from a different time.
he's from a different.
No, sorry to interrupt. It's like when it came to like describing Dr. Rocky, I really wanted to put into so many words. He's hot and attractive. He's older than all of the other sexually available doctors, but he has a very calming mentoring approach. I wanted to really emphasize that an older, more confident-looking Lockney doctor with a full beard and clearly bulging muscles takes the lead. He's not ripped or huge or anything. He just clearly keeps himself in shape. And he looks as sexually viable as the other doctors half his age, but with an obvious breeze of mentorship and approachability. Hold on, there was another part further down where I do more of that.
I've never seen The Pit, but I immediately knew as soon as the way you talked about Dr. Rocky that this is the way that people talk about the guy from The Pit.
Yeah, 100%.
It was also very like McDreamy.
Yeah,
He's a calf cramper.
He is a calf cramper.
Oh my god. He is a calf.
Oh, I'm having
cramper,
sex with
Jesus
Scott
Christ.
Besant. What the fuck?
Why do you keep calling him Scott Besser? His name's Matt Besser.
Scott Besser is way funnier.
Scott Besser.
This guy doesn't know his game.
Besant?
Yeah, I thought it was Scott Besant.
Why? What
Hey,
I
possible
don't know
reason?
it. I'm not because I do improv for fun, not for professionalism. I don't know who that guy is. What the fuck? You paid $700 to learn that dude's name. Go fuck yourself.
I knew. I watched Upright Citizens Brigade before I even stepped on a stage. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
I watched
listen.
Ass Cat. Come on.
Listen, hey, Delgo, close.
Okay,
Anyway.
okay, no.
With the wizard.
I would be too intimidated to approach Gear Gardis. She would kill me if I tried to ask her out, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, the after sex cigarette with Plurnt would probably be awesome.
He would do the Andrew Dice Clay smoke the cigarette around the back of his head kind of thing.
Yeah. I would hey,
Yeah.
potential spin-off. If Hollywood was willing to pay for it, Plurt spin-off that's like Ford Fairlane, where he's a detective in LA.
No, get his bitch ass away from here.
What do you mean? Speak on that.
Russ and I might be the only people that like Ford Fairlane.
Oh, I do own it on DVD.
Yeah, we
because of
both have it
Alan.
on. Yeah, we both have it on DVD.
You did bring it from Asheville, North Carolina, to my place in Washington State to watch it with me while eating the Little Caesars deep dish Detroit pizza, and we watched it. We were, we both got tummy aches.
I watched Ford Fairlane all the way through because my buddy Dylan was like, "Hey, this is a really funny movie," and we got up to Sinatra. I fucked him. Oh. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm actually going to throw up. I'm going
You're
to
more of a
fucking throw
Brain
up.
Smasher fan. We get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grief so dearly in the chat just say they don't call Plurnt the master of the Type 5 for nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Baba Boom.
Yeah.
I got an upright citizen for you right here.
Oh god.
I noticed nobody said Louis C.K. yet.
For what are we naming?
No, that's okay.
The only person in the
People
entire
were-
thing who has confirmed to have some sort of sexually transmitted disease.
Jesus
The
Christ.
only one, by the way.
I mean, I feel okay.
Representation
Headcanon-
matters.
Headcanon Philo does too. Like, I feel like Philo has sex like once, and he gets like chlamydia or something. somehow.
Jesus Christ.
That's so
He's
fair.
a super spreader. For
Carol, we're
Yeah.
talking about our Delgo 2 woods. Who's your wood?
Kieran.
Fuck, I don't. It's like all of them. I mean, what can I say?
They're just all so attractive. I understand. Every single one hotter than the last.
Yeah.
I think that's been about it for Delgo 2. Any Dark Go? I understand the vision. I get it. Yeah. You get it. Anyone has any final words before we close the book on Delgo 2 forever?
I would like to have a quick behind the scenes, just peel back
Please.
the curtain a little bit if you don't
By
mind.
all means.
I didn't get to add earlier my experience as an extra. Several of my characters died, and something really cool about Delgo 2 is no stunt doubles. So I have gone to hell 3 separate times, and I have
Oh
been
no, God, I'm so sorry.
Hey, you know what? Heaven sent and hell bound, dude.
Whoa.
I hope you met
Like
Jamora and
Philo.
Satan down there.
Yeah.
Ursula Cat in the chat did say anyone openly bisexual. Pretty much everyone in the cast is bi. Everyone
I think
actually,
can.
nobody asked me,
Wait.
but it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about the? Are they asking us, or are they talking about the characters?
Yeah. Okay. Anyone in the
Anyone
chat?
on this panel
Anyone in the
openly
chat?
bisexual?
Just tell us who out of the cast is your Woods, and then let's go ahead and any. Okay. Literally.
Mods, get ready with the
anything
band
else.
hammers.
I would fuck her.
No, the characters.
No, but honest answer, if it's not Sedessa, I kill myself.
Okay. Final words on Delgo 2. Anyone has anything at all? This is the chance.
Can I share
Well,
my
this-
most innocuous stupid joke that nobody laughed at and it made me laugh?
Yes.
That
Please.
It was the screen. It made a Sonic Adventure style ending for Delgo 2 and the
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
remember when it would be Finn at the end? I don't know if you can show that on the screen or not.
I think
Scott.
I missed that.
Yeah, speak on that.
I would have laughed at that.
Oh, it's I posted it in the Delgo 2 green room.
Oh.
Remember at the end of Sonic Adventure?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really good.
That's really
Yeah, but it
That's
only
really
was on
good.
screen for 30 seconds because I put it on there. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Oh God, in
Wow.
I
heaven.
googled the font. I googled the font that was at the Sonic Adventure ending. So
That's fantastic. That's real
because as a
work.
kid, I remember beating those Sonic Adventure. Did anybody else play Sonic Adventure and get to
Of
those
course.
endings?
Yeah.
And they those
Oh, yeah.
those endings, those like weird screens, they gave me feelings as a child. I was like,
That's the first
yeah.
time I ever saw
You didn't have to
Finn
tell
as
us that.
as an ending thing.
yes,
I
and
think-
also I didn't know what Finn meant, so I would just be like, what the fuck does it mean? Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure Finn? What does that have to do with fish?
Did I just play
Anyway.
Sonic Adventure Finn? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Any other Delgo 2 thoughts before this book goes shut?
Only
They'll
Delgo's-
go to the polls.
Yo,
play-
wait, true. Actually true.
There is a democracy.
Lost now.
Yeah.
Oh, let's actually. Yeah, Russ, when you wrote the entire Philo explains democracy to Kylo thing first,
Oh, God.
and
That's another
Yeah.
one.
and
Scott was
but-
talking about cutting it, and I'm like, I get it, but they do fight robots for 10 minutes. They should
Right.
probably talk about something
they need
else.
a bit of a break, and I went and rewrote pretty much all of it, but it was your initial thing was I've written a book in the grimoires about some place called the United States of America, and I'm like, I had to go to Russ and be like, we can't do that. That actively spoils the next act, and it's where they
okay.
actually go to LA, but it's like I wanted to keep that scene, but just rewrite it a bit, and
It was mostly I just wanted to have. Do you remember? Okay, I've only played the first. How many expansions of I got to Stormblood in Final Fantasy 14, and there's a long protracted subplot about the sand area becoming a democracy. And it had a very weird energy to it, and I wanted to capture that in Delgo too. So this is for the
That's
Final
good.
Fantasy 14 fans out
that's
there.
good.
Fascinating.
I respect that. Right?
I have a
You know what I'm talking about then, that weird moment,
I
why
know
are they talking so
exactly
much
what
about
you're talking
democracy? Who cares? We've been playing
I have
as
another
fucking
closing
dragoons here.
thought.
Yes, please.
Is it safe to? I feel like this might be private information, sacred information. How did Delgo 2 do at the box office this weekend?
Pretty good.
Oh.
Pretty good. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk cheddar. I
Better
don't
than
wanna talk
Delgo 1.
numbers. Pretty good. I'm gonna say pretty good. Gazoot in the chat asks, "What can you say about the Dragalia Lost chapter of the movie?" Okay, I will talk about this a bit. When Dragalia Lost was a thing, I had a group DM. Deep Flaw in the chat, if she's still there, was a part of that. So it's they probably remember this very clearly. I had a group DM and I had the real Delgo account and I added that to the chat, and I also made a Clio account that I also added to the chat. And like over the course of like of just like doing like dumb group chat bits, eventually the Clio account and the Delgo account started dating, and I'm like, well, listen, I need to somehow make it canon that Delgo meets and starts going out with Cleo, and that's how playing toys. Yeah. So that's how like the chapter of them like going to Dragalia Lost happened. Like even like began to like become a thing. Like anyone who knew about the Cleo stuff probably like would have saw it coming, but that's like such a like small handful of people.
Oh, I didn't. When Scott outlined the plot, it got to that part, and I went, okay.
Yeah, you were just like, you're just
Of
like,
course.
Whatever. Hold on. There's a photo. I don't know. I don't know who here has seen it, but this is a seminal photo.
It's canon.
Yes, this is very important. This is a picture of Delgo and Cleo's first date.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. They're in love.
It
It's
looks like a
love.
stained glass. Like,
Oh my God in heaven. Can this be the
Hang this up in
t-shirt?
the church.
I need this to be the t-shirt.
Oh, this would be good as the T-shirt.
Nintendo. Who do you think is more litigious? The remnants of Fathom Studio. or
Nintendo easily.
Who's gonna-
Nintendo will fucking
What?
Nintendo will make me an indentured servant.
Nintendo is literally wage slaving somebody for like looking at a 3DS homebrew thing.
Oh,
If we
but
put
they
up,
did make that. They did
they're shooting our ass to the fucking sky if we make a
They made
Dragalia
Pikmin
Lost
4.
X
They made
Delgo
Pikmin
limited shirt.
4. You can't.
Wait, Captain Olimar Louis. Wait, that's awesome. Wait.
Nah, not for Dragalia Lost.
This
That's free.
They did also very much disrespect Dragalia Lost. They don't. They don't
did.
like to think about it, care about
And
it.
it's us, the
Anyway.
fans, who care about it. That's why we had to bring it back for Delgo
Yes.
2.
Delgo is for the fans of Dragalia Lost and Delgo. Two big properties that start with 2. Or D. I don't know why I said 2.
Well,
This reminds me of something I wanted to ask that I forget if you already talked about, and I just completely forgot because my memory's terrible. How much of the like big plot stuff, like the huge things, like you mentioned, you wanted him to run into Dragalia Lost from the beginning, but also Darko wasn't originally an idea until like
Right.
halfway through it. Like, how much was outlined out from the beginning, and like what big stuff only came later?
basically, the big beats were do a like Game of Thrones style parody with like the first act of the movie. The second act would be he goes to Dragalia Lost, meets Cleo, and then the final act is he goes to LA. Like those are like the three big things that needed to
That
be
was
hit upon.
always there.
Yeah, those were always there. And then Act 1 just sort of like blew up and became way bigger than everything else. Rightfully so, because that's where all like the good meaty shit happens. The other stuff is like the rest of it is like, obviously those parts of the movie are very important, but it's like they're like they almost feel incidental. Like there's a movie where it just ends at the end of Act 1 and that's it. One of the things I considered if this stream like ran too long and people just didn't want to be a part of it anymore, if like people dropped out, was like we could cut the movie off at the end of Act 2 and that's it. But it's like
Ruined it.
dropping the LA scene would have like it's
No.
like there's so much
That's
there's so much
heartbreaking.
like silliness and catharsis in that it's like it needs to end there. Like
It's crucial.
I'm so glad. I really mean this. I'm so glad every single fucking person in the cast stuck it out and was like, "I need to see how this ends."
Yeah,
you were all fucking amazing. Boo and Orion did amazing work with the art. Tim and Pokey, who were gonna originally be in it, unfortunately couldn't be in it. I really wanted them both to be in, but couldn't happen on the day. But like, shout out to them as well. Genuinely, this went way better than I thought it was going to. I thought this was gonna be like, I thought like pretty much everyone was gonna quit, and then it was just gonna be me and Russ joking to each other like at this 200-page script for like this is my worst case scenario. I'm expecting. I'm not like saying that to be like sad about myself or anything. It's just like
Yeah, streamer logistics. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a light show.
contingencies.
I was expecting the worst,
My
and it
problem
went.
is,
I
my
was
problem is I'm so.
No, go ahead.
My problem is I'm so twisted in my head. It's like it's kind of funny to have a 200-page Delgo script that never got finished,
Exactly.
or never got. Just like we talk about it on the stream for 2 years.
Exactly.
Like,
It would
oh,
have
Delgo
been like
2
the
is coming
dumbest.
next month.
It would have been the dumbest running joke ever. Like we never actually finished it. But
Oh yeah,
no,
did it take 2 years to write the whole
no,
thing?
we wrote it in the course of like a month, like
Oh!
Yeah.
3 weeks or something. It was really quick.
I thought this was like a
So
long
Delgo 2
time
took
in the
12
making.
years to make?
Me
No,
too.
the joke of Delgo 2 has been around for like
Yeah.
years.
Me and Scott, I messaged Scott the other day, like, what random
What do you
stream
think?
did
What
we
do you
just say-
think caused this? What do you think caused this? You see what I mean? That's what the joke of
I don't
Delgo 2
remember-
is.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what random ass stream we were doing. It's probably maybe it could have even been a sponsored game where we're like, that's right, folks. Delgo 2 is. There's part of me that maybe I will have to go check somewhere on the VOD channel, youtube.com/FKA Socks. But just randomly at one point we were like, we should make Delgo 2.
One of us said it, and then I remember messaging you after that and just going, "Yeah, but what if we actually did it?
What if we did
Now-
Delgo 2?
I'll say like a big inspiration for me is like the Go Off Kings and like the extended Goo Crew. Like one of the like small bits they'll do is like they'll do like small scripts for each other to just like read, and they're way more ridiculous, way more comical. Never anything like this scale. It's just like, here's a dumb bit we want to do, and like they'll also do like script writing streams where it's like they'll have like 3 to 4 of them just like sitting there just like writing the dumbest jokes they can, just trying to make each other in the chat laugh, and it's just like that stuff is really funny. This is a fucking massive scale compared to what they ever did, but that was definitely like the biggest inspiration of like, we could just do this. You know what I mean? Like, we can do this. We can put this on. People will watch it, hopefully. And people did watch. I don't want to be numbers brain, but Pseudo did say Iron Man numbers.
Iron Man numbers.
Now
I knew that if I said Iron Man numbers, it would be like in Mad Max Fury Road when the War Boy is spitting gasoline into the truck engine directly. I was like, it's
It's been stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head.
Now that the truth is out, I'm just like, I'm offended at how good the script is for being like a 3-week endeavor. Like this, like having experienced it, it seems like something that took at least a year to cook. Honest to God.
I'll say, okay. Pulling back the curtain so far is like anyone who followed like the Golden Girls video game, I was like lead writer on that.
Oh, well, you were?
Whoa.
Yeah. I was lead narrative guy on it, and like then like that. If you've been looking at it, there's been no trailer for that for a while. I'm not working on that anymore. As far as I know, that thing is like basically dead. I sometimes I see Grawley booting it up and being like I'm just gonna work in Unity for a little bit. Don't know what he's working on. He's working on something. But part of that was also like me being like, part of that is also like me being like, I know I'm a good writer. I know I can like write something that's good and funny, and I often like feel like I don't get to show that very much. So that was like I had a real chip on my shoulder of like I need to make this thing, and it needs to be fucking good. You know what I mean?
Real, I had like no idea you could write shit like this. Like I like didn't know. Like you've done like a bunch of wild, insane shit, and like I haven't seen a ton of it. But then like this script was like really, really fucking good.
I don't put a lot of my writing out there. Is the thing. And you know,
Scott.
Russ obviously helped, but like,
too, yeah, you're both good writers.
Yeah, this was like my brainchild. I'm gonna say up top, like, Doug's second movie is 100% gonna be a Russ and Alan joint, like top to like from the top.
Never mind, I don't want to work on it.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
But like, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be sitting
Scott,
there.
Scott, we're gonna get you to watch Doug's first movie.
That's how we
watch it.
I'll do a full Doug
Shouldn't
rewatch.
Shouldn't you not watch it to prepare? Or I guess the actors.
I guess, yeah.
I never watched Delgo. Scott was the one that was in charge of Delgo continuity. I was the one that's like, this scene takes place in a nightclub now.
I saw that in theaters as a kid. Does that mean I can't be in it?
No. I'm gonna be I'm definitely. I've seen Doug. I mean, Russ and I have both seen it, but I'm gonna be watching all of Doug in preparation for even the hated Disney's Doug, who's kind of a dark go in his own right.
Yeah,
deserve more respect and prep for the actors.
Famously, I've seen a lot more of Disney's Doug than Nickelodeon's Doug as a kid. So we have very different perspectives on Doug.
What I was gonna say, Scott, is Maury Calliope was a big fan of the
Golden Girls trailer. I remember.
Can you reach out to her and say, hey, by the way, I'm the writer of the Golden Girls thing, and maybe we can get her to be Patty Mayonnaise?
Yes.
That's all.
I don't want to talk too much about Golden Girls things, but like when that trailer came out and like we saw Maury Calliope like quote retweeted it, there was like a real genuine moment of like concern where we had to be like, fuck, are we gonna have to interact with Maury Calliope? Oh no!
Yes!
Oh
yes!
no!
What are you afraid? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of?
I don't think Hololive would greenlight it. We're getting her. We're getting her for Doug's sake.
Well, okay, hold on. We might be able to get Karen Demon Dice, of course.
I mean, Alan, here we're not going to go too deep into this because I don't want to lose any of your viewers. But it reminds me of like in when Kevin from the Bad Wrestling Podcast gaslit himself into liking the Chugs. It's me and Alan with Maury Calliope now. We just love Maury Calliope. We're just huge fans of Maury Calliope at this point. And if that sentence didn't make any sense to anyone else, that's fine.
I'm gonna start getting into electro swing, guys. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I think that's it for the Delgo 2 debrief. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, everyone who's on the call right now, go ahead and give yourselves a second introduction. Let us know where people can find you. We'll go down Discord order. So Alan,
DougSecondMovie.com. That currently points to also Hogcast.com, Hogcast Speedy Delivery, the podcast that Russ and I do each week. We talk a lot about Maury Calliope, weirdly. It's not a good show.
Want to hear about it?
They do want to hear about it.
It is a good show. Alan, we have to do the thing where we say it's a good show.
It's a good show. We joked about we joked about John Fetterman getting chased by the Hat Man. It's a good show.
I forgot about. I was trying to remember a bit from our last podcast when I was on the Games Line podcast recently. Like, oh yeah, remember when we talked about you dressing up as Minecraft Steve and putting lava chicken in kids' Halloween baskets?
See, the beautiful thing is you can just look at the deranged images that I post to the website.
Yeah,
and that'll give you just kind of an idea of what.
If you see any image on there that makes you laugh, imagine that for 2.5 hours.
Imagine that for 2.5 hours and with Doug.
Wow.
A lot of Watto on the next episode.
Sorry to interrupt. I just realized we haven't mentioned Robbie once in this stream, and Robbie literally could not have imagined a single better person to take on the role of Delgo. I gave him an unbelievably difficult task, and he was so
Robbie.
up for it. And it's like he didn't need to say yes to this at all. I was fully expecting him to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm like way too busy." He fucking took it in stride and like owned it in a so strong. Robbie Dude, absolute god. Go to twitch.tv/RobbieDude. Subscribe right now if you're not already.
I enjoyed every instance of him going, okay, and then saying his lines perfectly. Multiple times, him going, "Oh God!"
Consummate
and then,
professional.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, incredibly impressive.
Yeah, like,
consistent energy as well. And
For
in
4
Robbie's
hours.
performance.
And
For
nailed like
4 to 5 hours doing several monologues that are clunky to get through and long as hell.
Also the sex scene. 2 sex scenes.
2 sex scenes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
he does also have sex with a rock, but that doesn't have much dialogue.
It's not. That one doesn't go as far.
I
Wait,
think
who had the most sex during Delgo? Was it
Delgo
Sarah?
did.
It is Delgo. Delgo fucked and he fucked hard.
In the movie or out of the movie?
No, my favorite horny line still, and this was a rewrite because it was too What was it again? God, I gotta get the script open, but it was the Philo. It was the Philo line where it's like, "Clasto, you." This was my first threesome ever. Let me get it. Let me get. It.
That was
Work
my
your
first-
tongue like
that
a
was-
fucking sorcerer.
That was my first. It was in class though. That was my first threesome ever, and you were a great teacher because you taught me not just how to fuck, but how to love.
I tried to. When I saw that, I was like, I need to play this as serious as possible, like really earnest.
You did such a fucking. You blew me away as Philo. I cannot believe how good of a job you did.
Well, Breaking Benjamin reference.
They're really
I'm
happy.
I'm gonna fuck. Oh man, so many great lines of like, I'm Philo. I'm gonna fuck tonight. I'm gonna get my dick wet.
keep the 6 on a line because we're nailing this 10.
I don't even think it's my favorite line I had to do, but the work my tongue like a fucking sorcerer thing is like so rancid that it has been stuck in my head since I had to do it for the trailer.
Yeah, you had to read it for the trailer.
It made me violently ill when I
Did
first
you even
heard it.
use that in the trailer? I don't even remember.
Yes, I did. I totally did.
Okay.
I think I had Scott wrote the nastiest sex scenes, but I think I wrote the nastier like lines, like words that characters said that are.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I said this in the chat during someone else's scenes. You, if that was your doing, you like fucking surpassed Tim and Eric in terms of finding the most vile, rancid ways to talk about sex.
You wrote the line, Kyla twinkling her toes while watching it, and I felt physically ill. I felt like you had spun me around and dangled me over a cliff. I was gonna fucking throw up. I was nasty.
100% what I wanted people to
in the
feel.
middle of the father-son incest or whatever the fuck it was.
I almost felt immune. Like when I was doing it, I was like, "This is the worst thing I've ever had to say," and it's making me stronger as I'm doing it. Like I feel like it's forming a force field around me. But then like the sex scene would happen, and someone would have to like moan, and I'd be like, "Oh," you know.
Oh my god!
Oh, I just hate Hot Brown. Hot
Boo,
Brown
where
got
can
me
people
real
find
bad.
you?
Yes, Boo, please.
That's a really good question. I am posting on Blue Sky. My graphic design commissions are almost always open. If at any point you were like, Jesus fucking Christ, this poster's ridiculous. When looking at Delgo 2, hit me up. I would love to make whatever you want to do equally as ridiculous. That's pretty much it.
My social security number is 534882.
Cohab you can find regularly hanging out here on twitch.tv/FKA.
I am often lurking
yes,
beneath the waters.
Even if they're not on, they're on occasionally, but even if they're not on, they will be. Their presence is always felt, Little or Cohab.
I am in the walls. I'm in the electrical outlets. But I'm also sometimes on Blue Sky at Threat Framework.
Gamby?
I can't believe I scored a what is it? A stolen identity out of that. Thank you, Cohab. All right. I wish I could have contributed more to Delgo too, but I was very happy to be casted in the roles that I was. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Gamby. That's GAMBIY on Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitter if it's important. It's Gamby23 on Twitch. I have a second channel on YouTube where I upload rare media sometimes. When my life gets a little less shaky, I'll be uploading some more stuff to YouTube as well. So, oh yeah. And if anyone else has, a semi-serious voice acting projects like this, please get in contact with me. I love doing this.
Well, we're gonna be doing Doug's second movie, so we'll keep in touch.
Thank you so much for having me on. Let's move on.
Caro.
Hi, I'm Caro. I'm Kerbumble on Twitch, and also Blue Sky, and then I think like Kerbrobro on Tumblr when I'm on there. I stream. I have not streamed much recently because job stuff, but I'm gonna be getting back to it. I'm gonna be doing more soon, hopefully. Also, I just want to point out we should also make sure we get Flog, even though they're just in the chat right now, to plug or whatever, as they were also in the show.
Yes, Vlog is in the chat. Vlogistan for life is their name. Vlog, if you're still there, go ahead and post your damn socials just right there. Post a link. Actually, send them to Cohab to post, because I don't think people who aren't mods can't post links. Just post them in the green room, and Cohab will take care of it. Melody, welcome back. Where can people find you?
I didn't know you were doing sign-offs, and I came in, and I feel awkward now. But
yeah,
I didn't want to.
You
I
weirdly
didn't
came
want to
in
do
at
it to you.
the very right time. Well, I wonder why that happened.
I'm
Plug
Melody
in
Bernstein.
Delgo 2 wood. Plug in Delgo 2
Yeah, who's your
wood.
Delgo 2 wood?
My wood.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can't say Sedessa.
Oh, I can control the wood.
Let me look. I haven't seen Matt Besser in like 20 years. I'm gonna look up what it looks like now.
I had to Google him during the script.
Well, this is 2008 Matt Besser, so he still has like a spark of life in him.
Oh damn. I don't know, man. I just got here.
Where can people find you?
I'm Melody Burst on Twitch, and I'm Melody Burst on Blue Sky and Tumblr, and I'm Melody Burst everywhere basically. And if it looks like Max Rebo, that's me. But for a little bit, I am forced to be Max Rebo for the rest of the month.
Max Rebo May.
Suda.
Oh Christ. Okay. I'm so bad at promoting myself. All right. I'm gonna say this because I never do. Wait, sorry.
So you put out a video a little bit ago, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot of people worked on it and helped me produce it, and I am so bad at self-marketing, whatever the fuck that is, that I am terrible. I'm terrible at promoting. So I'm gonna actually stand on my fucking laurels, or whatever that phrase is. I love making pilots for things and then never following up with making a continuation of it. It's maybe my favorite hobby. If you like talk shows, if you like talk shows and are patient,
Oh, so like Johnny
check
Carson.
out this link.
Jay
I'm
Leno.
extremely proud of it. And you know what? If
Yeah,
it
this
doesn't make any
link
sense,
that turned into 3 asterisks.
fucking whatever then. I stream at twitch.tv/pseudostreams, the only stream on twitch.television, despite what the others will tell you. And
well, you're the
that's
only
my
stream on
YouTube
Justin TV.
channel. Dude, it's pennies on the dollar. You can pick it up. I've got Justin.tv. I've got Diego.ds. I've got fucking. I'm collecting. Anyways, yeah. So, go watch the video if you've got the time, or another one on that channel, whatever it is. Anyways, that's me. I was Scrumbo. I'm your lovable Scrumbo. Also, again, if not Sedessa, I kill myself. All right, that's it for me.
Had to get that in there.
Sarah, where can people find you?
Yeah, people can find me on the Very Bad website, Twitter, and Blue Sky at Goddammit Sarah. And then I am on Twitch. Also, I stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'm primarily streaming Red Dead Redemption 2 at Sarah Marvelous. Yeah. And that's about it. I have threads. It's Sarah Marvelous, but it's bad over there too. It's bad everywhere. But, yeah.
It's a bad time. It's a bad time.
It's all bad.
They're all the
yeah.
bad websites.
And I was Kyla, the screeching decibel Kyla.
And Solon, where can people find you?
Hi, I was Clasto during the stream, and you can find me in 30 minutes on twitch.tv/chorbsp, because I'm going to be playing Old Skies.
Oh.
We're going to save 9/11. That is literally what happens in the plot of Old Skies.
What?
Oh.
Did Mark Wahlberg write this movie or game?
Real New Yorkers.
And
This game came out this year? Sorry.
Oh, please.
We're going to save it this year, yeah.
And the only way can be find you.
You probably can't find me. I am on social media. I don't use them. They're all evil, and I'm better than everybody who does use them.
Yeah,
But
me.
Of course we skipped Russ. Like, why wouldn't we skip Russ? Like, what do you mean?
I thought that was intentional.
I was gonna plug Dr. Frankie Ian Stein just
we
as a
can't.
concept.
No, we're
but-
not. We're not. Vioni, where can people find you?
You should.
I'm Vioni. Everywhere. Only really Blue Sky and Discord are where I will actually be using social media. If you ever need anybody to yell into a microphone, it's genuinely what I'm best at. I've been yelling in a microphone since I was in the 5th grade. This is not a bit. I'm not good at it, but I love it so much.
You did a great job.
Since I'm the last, I'm gonna have my Kanye West on SNL moment and take the mic. This was genuinely unbelievably fun. I don't know anybody in this call before like last week.
No shit.
The only person I knew was Robbie, and that's because I'm a Robbie viewer. Don't tell him I said that. This was genuinely great. I had to go to work an hour after we did the script read, and I was riding a high my whole shift. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Cute.
This is the only time I've done some voice work, and afterwards everybody's in the chat acting like we're trauma bonding. Like, let's get each other's numbers. We got to stay in touch, guys.
That was so scary. We got to make sure we worked through it together.
No, it was great. It was awesome. This is a
Can you
great
yell?
group.
Can you yell about Frankie Ian Stein and how good he is?
Yeah, how he's a great character. He's very literary and like a great allusion to works.
Oh my!
Well, I
I'm so
guess
sorry,
that's the
guys.
end of the stream
Donald
now. I
Trump
guess
has
that's
called me. I have to go.
Oh, your fucking car because you're
goddamn
falling
it.
asleep. You don't like Frankie Ian Stein?
And you don't like Frankie Ian Stein. He said you don't like him. You can't do that. Okay.
Wow.
They're trying to
Lots of people are coming up to me. They're saying I like Doug's second movie. I don't like his first. No. I don't like it.
Listen here, Jack. Listen here, Jack. The only good one is Dr. Beautiful.
Oh, a beautiful
Dr. Lovely,
Dr.
Lovely,
Mrs.
beautiful, and it's Scott comes up and tells me about this doctor, and he starts rubbing his chest, talking about Dr. Sweet and Beautiful, and I'm very scared. I'm just not sure what's going on. Okay, it's very scary.
I'm hitting the raid button. Bye.
Bye.
Justice for Scrumbo.